Well, good morning, Raptoria. Welcome back. Good to see you all here. Welcome to City Skylines, the original. We're going to be playing the first game as we continue on with the city that you all have been watching us build over the last year. I think we started this one in January and got busy with some other games, but considering the news of City Skylines 2 here and that I got an itch to play again, we'll be playing the original game and chatting all about our hopes for City Skylines 2. Anything's on the table that you would like to talk about or discuss in terms of hopes and dreams. And we're going to talk about all the upcoming DLC for City Skylines for the year. City Skylines has quite a few more DLCs coming in the next month or two. We have ourselves a bunch of stuff coming for... Yeah, there was a free update that came out for City Skylines for transit hubs, and there's a few other DLCs on the way, including Japanese rail lines, and the hubs and transport DLC is what it was that they dropped recently. Let's go ahead and take a look at what that is. That came out a day ago that they dropped that. Oh, it looks like it's part of the World Tour tutorials. Oh, right. This is the... This is what they're doing now, is going to other places like, they're trying to do like Japan with the rail lines, Africa, some shopping mall stuff. There's a lot of stuff coming soon. But anyway, we'll jump in and we'll keep discussing that stuff. But the free update, Hubs and Transport, is here too. So we'll take a first look at that as well. But man, do I want to see more vertical cities. I say it every time, I know. It's become a meme at this point. Vertical cities, vertical cities. But you know what I'm talking about. A road, and on top of that, another road, and then pedestrian walkway, and then like, you know, two different train lines, like maybe a local rail, and then a high-speed rail, something like that. Less cars, I'm hoping. You know, I want lots of roads, and I want lots of options for roads, but I want options that are... beyond that. There's so many other ways to get around the city, including like just building pedestrian tunnels to, you know, walk through entire downtown areas, and so that you'd barely even see people sometimes. But that's cool to see them pouring out of like a building or something in which the hub came out of. All right, well, here's what's new in City Skylines for now. Hubs and transport, search bar and menu filters. You can search by menu category of your favorite asset. Click the magnifying glass to expand the search bar and search the asset by name. Wow, literally last time we played, I was literally discussing this. I had no idea that it took them a million years to do that. But do you still want to get seasonal buildings like they had in the original, like snowplow and stuff? Yeah, I want there to be the option to build in like a climate that it never snows, climates where it snows all the time, and then seasonal transitions too. I hope the sequel has that. Of course, they hinted at that pretty hard with the cinematic trailer that showcased the rain and then it went to snow, and I really hope that that's not just a visual thing in the sequel. I hope there's massive changes that happen to your city because of that. You know, obviously more people maybe using more energy for heat, or perhaps less in certain ways. It'd be interesting as well if there was like more water usage during the summer, and or it'd be really interesting if they went down to the level where like when there was a sports game happening in your town, like a big event, that everybody be like watching it on TV on like a weekend, and then, you know, at certain points, like during the halftime show or something, it'd be really cool if it put a big strain on your like water system or something like that. You had to worry about backup systems to worry about the massive peaks, you know, and that'd be really, really cool. Really, really cool. So hope to see that. But yeah, this is interesting. So that's one of the things that they've got. Let's see what's next. 3 new decorative parking lots. What? There's parking lots in the game? Oh man, they were like they like never did any. That's huge. Wow, parking lots in it now. Like they really never gave us parking lots before. 3 new decorative parking lots, a multi-level metro hub, and a harbor bus hub have been added to the base game. Damn. Well, that's awesome. 4 new, what? 4 new roads. Oh, I thought it was going to be a road that's on a key. And a fence have been added to the game. Cool. All right, new fence. I'm always for that. And it looks like, what is this new road? A one-way bus lane? That doesn't seem like it's new. It must be decorative in some different way. A new train and 4 new metro models with 6 different capacity options have been added to the base game. Now that's what I want to see for the sequel too. I want many, many, many different train options to meet many, many different demands. Yeah, it's the Uthris update, exactly. Oh, another cool thing that they did confirm is that they're adding new stuff to the old DLCs. So if you haven't had City Skylines before and you buy it and you get it like with some of the DLCs, you're getting more content than the DLCs had before. So now they're lower price and they have a lot more content. Or if you haven't played in a while, there's like new stuff to some of the DLCs you may have liked the most. So they've added, I think, yeah, that's part of the After Dark DLC, the new trains. And it looks like a new taxi cab too. A black taxi cab has been added for players who own After Dark. It's kind of a stylish thing. I don't think that has any different capacity. Looks like a standard little British cab though. But yeah, those trains look really good. In fact, this one on the far right here looks kind of like a J-Rail train a little bit. Then you got like New York here. And then some other, looks like a high-speed train as well that looks like the TGV or whatnot. That's cool. 4 new high-capacity emergency helicopter depots and an articulated evacuation bus have been added for players who own natural disasters. Ooh, damn, man. That's cool that they're topping off the previous game with tons of free stuff. Free if you own the DLC, you've kind of already paid for it, but the fact that they've added that, I like that a lot. A bus train tram hub have been added to... Wait, really? A bus train tram hub. Oh, that looks really cool. Oh, we're building a lot of this new stuff today, no question. That looks really cool. So that's a tram hub. Oh, we're building a tram. That's amazing. It's been added to people who own Snowfall. You know what's funny? These are all mass transit options that instead of adding it all to the mass transit DLC, they've added it to multiple DLCs, which is actually kind of cool. Because if you don't have mass transit, you can still get mass transit options. That's cool. A harbor bus monorail hub and a harbor ferry hub have been added for players who own mass transit. Damn, man. That's awesome. Ooh, oh yeah, new ferry options too. Oh, baby. A new monorail, a model with 2 capacity options, and 4 ferries have been added for players who own mass transit. Damn. Oh, look at all these new roads. Oh, damn. 9 new roads? No way, dude. 9 new roads have been added for players who own mass transit. Damn. That's awesome. And a few of them are actually monorail options. And it looks like, yeah. Oh, this is what I wanted to get in one of our cities before, was the monorail down the, it looks to be an avenue. That looks like it's an avenue, at least, with 4 lanes. 4-lane avenue with trees. Oh, my God, dude. And it looks like a soundproof highway of some sort there, too. Those must be different highway options. Oh, no, actually, that looks like maybe a soundproofed or a noise barrier avenue. Ooh. Damn. Yeah, where we're going, we don't need 9 new roads. That's right.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
I love that. All right, so now you get a new monorail model. That's really nice, because if you just want to have a small monorail network from like your, if you just want to have a monorail from like your trains or your airport to like a bus or train station, that kind of sometimes looks a little nicer, because if you have a more medium capacity airport, you can have kind of more medium monorail, which is kind of nice. It almost is just kind of like an in-between of the trains. It's kind of, it feels more dedicated for the, rather than it being integrated into like a larger metro network, it seems like it's more dedicated to the airport to go to the metro hub or something like that. That's amazing, dude. Those boats look really nice. I wonder, it looks like some of these are passenger ferries, but this last one looks like it could hold cars, maybe. That's amazing. Yeah, more like a shuttle, exactly. Looks like there's more monorail options here. 2 new roads with tram and monorail tracks have been added for players who own both Snowfall and mass transit. Oh, damn. Oh, they're going hard into the monorails here. So they're really leaning heavy into the mass transit stuff. That's cool. And then a monorail tram hub with road and a metro train monorail tram. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Metro train monorail tram hub with road and a ferry tram hub have been added for players who own both Snowfall and mass transit. You got to be kidding me. Now there's a network where a tram will connect to a ferry hub. Dude. What didn't they include? Jeez. And this is a free update if you have all the paid DLCs. So, well, and then there's stuff to the base game, I think. Yeah, the search bar and stuff. That's amazing, dude. So you get 4 new roads plus 9 new roads. Yes, this pleases me. The options are amazing.
This pleases me.
There's no way we're going to build all this stuff, especially not today. But I do like the whole parking lots and stuff like that, which feels a little more realistic. And it looks like, well, and another cool thing is you could put those parking lots next to your mass transit stuff. So that's cool. All right, let's jump back into our previously scheduled video game. That's awesome. All right, now, here's the thing. All that stuff that they just announced had better be in the sequel, too. We better start with a lot of base options, you know what I mean? But what I've really wanted... isn't mass transit what Cities started from? That is true. That is true. Their roots are in a game called Cities in Motion. And then they kind of updated that to Cities in Motion 2 to kind of prepare for this game. But I really liked Cities in Motion a lot. In fact, Cities in Motion has assets in this game. If you've ever seen Cities in Motion before, some of the buildings that you can place under the rewards or landmarks tabs are buildings literally taken from that previous game. And that's really cool. Skylines in Motion, yeah. Exactly. Dude, Cities in Motion is still really good. You could, if you play or look at images for Cities in Motion, you think to yourself, is that City Skylines? Like it looks pretty damn close. Like it looks like, you know, you could almost fake the screenshot a little bit with the right lighting and stuff and be like, this is City Skylines, tee-hee, and someone might believe you. Because they do look similar in many ways. The Great with the 50 Swedish kroner. Thank you very much, dude, for your big O support. Appreciate the awesomeness. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Oh, right, we were building... Oh, dude, we were getting into some big O stuff here. Brad. All right, hold on. Let me adjust some stuff here. Turn down our chill tunes just a little bit and go back to what we were doing. All right, wow. So now we have even more roads. There's the search, finally. Now we can search assets. That's not a mod now. That's base game. And, they can filter by basic roads, decorated roads, and public transport roads. That's awesome. And then one-way and two-way roads. Beautiful. Let's take a look at some of the decorative ones. See if we can see the new ones. Oh yeah, here's one of the new ones. Monorail tracks on a 4-lane road with trees. That's beautiful. What is that? There's a high... Is it a soundproofed avenue I saw? Large cargo airport road. No. I remember when the industry DLC came out, that's when I started to realize, like, oh yeah, this game needs a lot more roads. I feel like there's a sound barrier one somewhere, but I just don't know. Maybe it's under... Oh, it's probably not decorative. No, let's turn off filters. Man, there's tons of stuff. Bum, bum, bum. H2O Delirious Fan, did you read the title? Now, our Space Center, I think we're going to put over here. You know, actually, now that I think of it, I wonder what the future game will get in terms of monuments. I really want the City Skylines 2 to have what SimCity had, where there was like a massive construction project that would take all your materials to build. That would be really cool to take your city and specialize it towards building something huge that would then benefit the city. Like if you were building some sort of a massive... let's say you just built like a massive gravel pit or something like that. You know, like the industrial DLC. And it'd be cool if you could make like a massive concrete works to then go make a massive dam. It'd be really cool to see all that extra traffic going out of an industrial area, going towards a project, not just like being an export for a money or an income, but to like have that actually be a part of your your city. Like, you know, something built in your city to then further build your city. I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be really cool. The new fence is the chef's kiss. Ooh, let's take a look at that. I do wish this game would kind of separate things that were new, like with a little blue marker. What's the new fence? Or industry, farming, forestry, zoo. Oh, it's a suburban fence. Ooh, hold up. Hold on a second. Oh, dude. That's really nice. Is Paradox taking content creators' feedback into consideration? I'd say so, because literally some of the Paradox DLCs for this game are literally called like content creator packs. Like, going back to what I mentioned before about the Japanese railways ones, they're including Japanese rail stations that are literally made from fans. So I think that's pretty cool. I like this fence. It looks like there's stone on the bottom, and then there's like a metal top to it, but it looks like it's made of corrugated steel. So it's kind of like the iron fence here, but instead of it being, you know, iron bars, it's like a solid iron sheet. That's really nice. That's good for soundproofing too. So it's kind of like a classy soundproofing fence that you can put near an avenue or a highway or something. I would love to put that over here, for example. We've already built sound barriers here on the road, but it would be nice to build its own. Because like before we used this zoo fence. But hell, now we could upgrade this to the suburban fence. Let's give this a try. Oh, that's nice, dude. Oh, that looks so much better. Do sound barriers affect property values? They might add happiness around. So the people might like that. Oh, this looks so much better, dude. Look at that, dude. It looks a little bumpy, I'll be honest, but that's what you get sometimes. Oh, look at that. The suburban fence goes right into the iron ore industry fence. Oh. I love that. That's amazing, dude. That's something we need day one from City Skylines 2 as well, as not just a million roads, but also like a million fences and pathways too for people to just walk. I mean, I can't tell you how amazing Japan is that way, where you can you can walk everywhere. I mean, you can walk to you don't even have to walk far. You walk like 3 blocks to a train station. It's amazing. Like all of Japan is at your disposal within 3 blocks. Like you could literally walk 3 blocks to a train station that could then bring you to a Shinkansen station, or it already has that attached, and then boom, you're off to a whole different prefecture. Like you're in the south of the country and you move all the way to the north, which by just moving 3 blocks yourself. Well, we're definitely using this fence a lot more. This fence is good, man. It looks like it could be used for industrial areas. It looks like it could be used in commercial areas. Man. I really like that. Also, I can't wait to see how the trees in the new game will operate. Like if we can get trees that possibly can be planted and then grow over time. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to replace this fence. Hey, what's up, Sledgehammer? Thanks for the 3 months. I'd love to visit Japan someday. Been to Europe and Latin America, but Japan is on my bucket list. You know what would be great to get ready for City Skylines 2 is if you're a big fan of City Skylines or just city builders in general, just take a trip before you start a city and then see how much that new city or that new region that you visited just now changes how you want to build your first cities. Because, you know, everyone will probably default into their minds the things that they see the most in a city. You know, like where they live or where they frequent the most. But to be inspired by a whole different city or a whole different part of the world would be really cool. And I hope to see a lot of diversification in, like, the ground. You know, like here we just kind of have a green paint with, like, little grassy bits and bushes and stuff painted onto it. And that's cool and all. But I really want to see what we saw in, like, Farthest Frontier, where there's, like, different thicknesses of grasses and, you know, where the ground looks like it's eroded and stuff, too. This game essentially is just a canvas for you to build on top of, but that's really cool. No soundproofing for people on the 5th floor of a building. That's true, yeah. If you're next to a highway, it kind of only supports the ground levels a little bit. That is true. All right, we were trying to build plazas and promenade stuff here. I don't know what I want to work on today. We did say we're going to work on the campus area. We were kind of building a little bus hub here. But now that we got ourselves a new DLC or whatnot. Are the fences DLCs or mods? It's a free update. The fence is a free update. So if you're just joining us now, City Skylines, the base game, has like 4 new free roads and a bunch of other free stuff. And then all the DLCs got stuff added on top of that. It seems like mostly they've added stuff to After Dark, Mass Transit, and Snowfall are the 3 big ones that I can remember. The amount of options we have now for transport is ridiculous. So what do we have for, like, ferry? Oh, and then there's like there's a monorail station now that connects to the other thing. Oh my goodness. Hey Luna, thanks for the 11. Did I get the shopping mall and sport venue DLC? Actually, I did not, because I had forgotten that they came out this month. Oh, let's change our little hat. Shopping malls and sport venues, yeah. There's, so the free update's out. Those 2 new DLCs are out. And I think the City Skylines is getting the rest of its new stuff in March, and then again in May. So I'm assuming that means City Skylines 2 will have to come after that. So it'll come out in like June or something like that. Tiny Tina is free on Steam. Oh, really? Let's give ourselves a little... Is there bear ears? Let's go with this little hat. Why not? That looked cool. Yeah, I haven't even looked into the new DLC yet. I've been so busy, but I certainly want to play.
Hey Raptor, did you get the shopping mall and sport venue DLC?
Those are 2 different DLCs, by the way. Let me just check real quick. Oh, wait a minute. What? Hold on. Wait. Oh, this all came available today. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That timing, though. I didn't even realize that came out. Hold on. Let's take a peek real quick. This just came out today, then. So, shopping malls, sports venues, and Africa in miniature are now available. And then the free update that we just covered. I didn't even know that. Interesting timing. So World Tour Last Stops, right? So 3 new content creator packs. Oh, so these are made by content creators. With 3 new radio stations along with hubs and transport free update, focused on expanding existing transport options with new transport hubs, public transport, and much more. That's awesome. So I'm kind of the most interested in shopping malls. I feel like sport venues should have been something that they should have included long ago when they did the... There was some other sports DLC or update that they had, wasn't there? I forgot what it was called. But yeah, I guess I'm going to have to add those to my list. Let's see how much those are. Oh, a day before my birthday? Ooh, here's Africa in miniature. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, wow. Looks like maybe some conservatories or some buildings of some sort. Looks like decorative items and some special buildings. So each one of these is probably going to be about like $5-6. So you can probably get all 3 DLCs for like Under 20 bucks, I bet. Oh, cool. They even say who designed it. Setoni Princet Hatono? Cool. All right, I'm going to have to look into those to see what they are. If it's content creator packs, then it's more than likely buildings that we can decorate our town with. So that's pretty cool. Can you put motor race circuit? Dude, yeah, the game needs that. I like that. Wouldn't that be really cool if in City Skylines 2 you could build a road and then cordon it off for races in the future, and that could be an event? Is like the winding roads of your ancient or your like old European city that you're trying to build. And it would like, people would hate it because the town would be shut down for a few days for the roads to be raced on, but that would be cool. And then you could see a race in your town. I don't think that could ever be possible in a game like this or that, but man, oh man. All right, where are we going to build? So we got new stuff to build with. I'm really happy with that. What's the most annoying thing in the game for you? Two things. One, I want buildings to be modular so we don't have to build like double buildings like this. Like here, we have one of the packs that allows us to build, I think these are South Korean eco-friendly incinerator plants, but I had to build two. So it'd be nice if there was a way to take this first plant and then add like another building onto it or something, and more customization that allows us to build onto an already existing building so we don't have to double, triple, or quadruple up. You know, like these. Like from afar, it kind of looks like it's part of one facility that just has like two buildings. But I don't really like how sometimes you have to octuple buildings just to be able to produce enough stuff. Now, of course, you can modify the assets to produce more, but I want, you know, when City Skylines 2 drops, I do want to play the challenge of what makes City Skylines fun, where a lot of things are locked behind a, you know, population. So, like, you know, you have to hit a certain level of, you know, certain number of people have to be living in your town before you can unlock like a major hospital or something. And I feel like a lot of that's designed just to make sure players don't get overwhelmed by like building everything at the start and then bankrupting themselves and then getting frustrated and doing it again. And there's a little bit of learning to this game if you've never played it before, if you're playing the vanilla. But yeah. But I do like the fact that they've added so many roads, and I want more things like this in the new game, like pedestrian bridges, and something that both Transport Fever 2 and City Skylines 2 needs is the ability to control where all of these like support beams go, because you know sometimes you want river traffic to go through these you know, through the river, through the arches, and then also the same like here where this pathway is, like people have to literally crawl. They'd have to get down on their belly and like crawl through here. So I hope there's more options to adjust like the height of a bridge, and that we're not restricted with like bridge types anymore. Like right now I could only just build this bridge 2-lane and that's it. But I feel like there should be nothing stopping you in the new game to making this. I want this style of bridge, but what if I wanted it as a one-way road? Like one street, one way. Like 1 lane, one way, or 6 lanes, one way, or you know, 3 lanes back and forth. Or what if I wanted this as a highway bridge? You know. Like I want there to be unrestricted customizations for all the roads, because then that adds an infinite amount of roads almost without adding too much new assets. You know what I mean? Like, well, I want lots of new stuff, but if you could use it, you know, if they add 100 new roads and then they make it so you could do, you know, 12 different modifications to the road. Well, now you've added like over like thousands of different road types, including roundabouts, you know, other things like that. And another good thing with this sequel would be more focus on highways and stuff like that too, like prefab stuff, just to make it a little easier. I mean, you know, you can always download stuff from the workshop, but again, remember the sequel, they want you to buy their product that they're trying to sell you. So it shouldn't be just like, hey, you know, buy our game and then wait for a mod. It's like, no, you're the one I'm paying to like have it day one. Mods will come later, but you know, Paradox has got to do stuff at the start. Okay, so anyway, our idea was to eventually build a space launch center here. And I didn't know this, you know, I didn't know that we'd get City Skylines 2 announced this year, and I didn't know that we'd get it announced to be this year, that it would come out. So what I want to do is this will probably be the last city that we build in City Skylines until the second game comes out. So our plan will be to finish this space center and launch the rocket, you know, when the game launches, when the sequel launches. So, you want water to flow like water? Dude, I completely agree. I want more manipulation of the world where we can control those things. I completely agree. This game does pretty good, though, like with the whole, you know, if you put, like, something to put pollution down, it's going to kind of flow with the river. That's kind of cool. And yeah, we had a lot of pollution, too, that we're fixing. What the heck was there that was polluting? That's weird. There's just a massive plume of pollution right there. But yeah, we have a waste treatment, water treatment center here, and then it's just, yeah, pollution is going everywhere. But luckily we've got that little scrubber there. What about an army base? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see how big the cities are and like what kind of policies we can set. And I would like it to be more like a nation simulator. Like how there's City State 2, and I would love that option. And I hope there's real traffic that doesn't, you know, like spawn cars for no reason. Like I want there to be, you know, if a hospital sends out an ambulance, I don't want it to just spawn. I want it to like actually be sent out. So yeah. Cool stuff. Hey Sean, thanks for the 5. Yeah, that's the new YouTube policy now. Those will happen during live streams now. Those are now on autoplay, like any regular mid-roll in the video. There was a guy who made a city into a country with different communities separated by geography. Yeah, I want more options like that. I want different biomes within like the same city too, where like our city's so huge that, and they've kind of been hinting at that with the maps and stuff that we've seen for DLCs, but you know, like you'd have like a tropical island area, then it would kind of turn into like a desert, and then maybe it would turn into like an ice range or something like that. That would be amazing. That'd be really cool. I like that. Alright, I gotta build something. So this will be our university, but I'm not feeling like tackling that today. I think the last thing we did was our rail yard there. And we were kind of building a lot of grid-shaped cities, which is cool. Like, it looks kind of cool. And it's profitable, since we're not playing with any money cheats. Yeah, better airport system. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's got to be a ground-up airport system that works correctly. And that's the thing, too, is that the sequel needs to have all the university stuff. I think they're going to stick to districts, where you would paint an area and then fill it with buildings that are pertaining to that area. But yeah, no, I would really like that if the game had seasons and different biomes. That would dude, that would be really cool. Like for example, in the western United States, you have like areas like Montana, Oregon, Colorado and stuff that are flat on one side and then they're mountainous on the other, and the flat section's kind of more of a desert. And then you've got like the big mountainous areas that have a lot more trees. And those experience winters differently, right? Like they might both get snowfall, but one's going to get way more snowfall than the other. And that'd be really cool to simulate, you know, instead of building a massive sprawling city, it would be cool to build like you know, little towns along like a massive highway. And that's what I think they were hinting at in the cinematic trailer too. When it starts, it shows like a big desert highway. And I think City Skylines didn't really have, I feel like this is City Skylines here. It's green, lush trees and rocks and water and stuff like that. But not enough focus on like landlocked deserts and stuff. I feel like they could do a lot more like that. But I feel like there's a lot of amazing things about City Skylines. Sorry, about SimCity and SimCity 4. Both the 2013 version and SimCity 4 that we could see. Let's try to change one of these trains. Can we get different style trains here? Or are these automatic? Is that one of the new trains? Oh, damn. Look at that. Brah. I don't think that's one of the new trains, but... Dude. Alright, let's continue to add more stuff. Although I want to know how to, like, change the trains. Allow intercity trams. Or trains. Okay, yeah, there's all the different capacity buses. That's cool. So we'll have to create a train line to customize to get trains in if we build a second stop or something like that. Okay, let's build a... let's start expanding the city here. We were doing that plaza and promenade here. I don't really like the look of that, but everything's incomplete. I think we have new metro cars to work with too. But I wanted to get ferries going. A ferry bus, or I mean a ferry to, or what was it? Bus to ferry? No, it was tram. It was a tram to ferry line. Would be really cool down here. I think we did have plans to build a port down here, but let's go ahead and build some stuff right up here by the train station. And we have all these new roads now too. 9 on some of the DLCs and 4 on the other. What do we got for one-way options? Oh yeah, pretty typical. Oh, 3-lane one-way. Nice. Some of these might not be new. I can't remember all the previous roads. There's a lot. Small industry road. Ooh, 2-lane road with bicycle path. 2-lane road with median trees and bicycle lanes. That's nice. Ah, and then dedicated public transport roads. Nice. Monorail tracks on 2-lane road. It'd be interesting if there was a way to get that as a bus only. I feel like in City Skylines 2, what we should do is to be able to just paint a road with the policies that we want. Like, set the policies of a road. You know, like one-way, bicycle lane, wide sidewalk, bus lane or something like that. Like shared bus-bicycle lane or something. Like, there's ways to do that. Everybody just needs to be careful and paying attention. You know, adult mode. Oh, also, I want parks to be able to be completely disconnected from roads. Too many times in this game, you try to build like the Statue of Liberty out on like an island, and it's like, dude, I need a electric line connected, and it's like, well, can't you just build like a little mini solar panel out there or something? You know, like in City Skylines, without mods, you have to build like a massive wind tower out, you know, like out here. And it'd be nice to just build like a little solar array that's kind of a little less of an eyesore. So, scaling. I want lots of small options that you can, you know, you start a city with 5,000 people, you know, some small solar panels should do, and then you scale up to like adding more and more to that, and then you delete that and then add like a big solar station or something like that when you reach 50,000. Something like that. That way you can just continuously build facilities for power rather than like adding multiple power plants across the map or whatever. Alright, but anyway, let's build. So let's go with the... oh, also an eyedropper tool would be really nice. One thing that we really enjoy about playing Parkitect is that in Parkitect, you know, that multiplayer amusement park builder, you can click the eyedropper tool and then copy an asset without having to search for it. And in City Skylines, I don't think there's a way to do this, but it would be nice to just be like, oh, what kind of road is this? I like this road. And then you just click on that road, and then it like spawns, you know, or like you get access to it. But in this case, I know it's just the 2-lane or the one-way road with wide sidewalks, so that's cool. Apparently, we're trying to get all the traffic to go that way. There is an eyedropper mod, of course. But then the new game needs that, you know. Oh, let's look at those new... Wait a minute. We have a train station here, right? Let's look at one of those new parking lots. That's a perfect thing to add next to the train station. Let's look for parking lots. Let's see. What would that be under? Mass transit? No. Roads? Public transport hubs. Multi-level metro hub. Oh, here's the new stuff. Oh, this is it. There's one of the new metro tram hubs with roads. Oh, dude. That's really nice. Metro tram hub with road. Oh, I want to build that. It sucks when you get new stuff in the game, because then you're like, well, goodbye neighborhood that I built. Christy, thank you very much for the 11 months as a raptor egg. Thank you very much for becoming a member for so long. Oh, look at this. Oh, they've made symbols for hubs now. So now you can sort by bus hub, tram hub, train hub, metro, ship, plane, and monorail. That's cool. Where are these parking lots, Brad? Oh, sightseeing bus depot. Yeah, I agree. Parking needs to be simulated too, where like if you build a parking lot next to a train station, the parking lot needs to have capacity to support the train. Like if you just build a parking lot and it just kind of works visually, you should have to scale it based on the size of your building. Oh, it's under parks? Okay. Yeah, like if you have a massive international airport, like a 2-story parking garage ain't gonna cut it. Pedestrian plaza areas. Let's try parking. Ah, there it is. Oh, cool. Finally. A multi-story decorative parking lot. Oh, yeah, decorative, yeah. That's not what I'm looking for. All right. Icy Leah, thank you very much for the 41 months as a raptor egg. Thank you very much for your support. Yeah, the unfortunate thing about the search feature is you have to be in the right space for it. So if I'm in the buses and I type in parking lot, it doesn't work. Like if I'm in hospitals and I'm like, oh, I want to build a parking garage for it, it doesn't work. So we have to be in the correct tab for it. So you still have to do some searching, which I think you shouldn't have to do. I think it should work between all of them. That'd be nice. New member, welcome. You have to be in the right menu, and since I didn't know where it is, chat still had to tell me. So that needs to be expanded a little bit. But now let's add some parking lots. Let's see what they look like, though. So we kind of have the small parking lot. How do I get rid of the... So we can build these somewhere. Oh, it actually adds beauty. That's nice. Yeah, nothing like a open asphalt parking lot in the middle of nowhere just to really spice up the neighborhood. Well, that's nice. Yeah, and then we could, like, look at the high school has like what, 5 parking spots? Like, that's not right. It needs a few more than that. Oh, we can build a parking lot there. Oh, that's good. All right, cool. Now, see, that looks realistic. That looks nice. That's really cool. And now it's like a drive-through area for the school. Apparently, I guess that makes the citizens happier, which I guess does make sense that you have a place to park your car. So perfect. Let's put a parking lot next to the next to the plaza and promenade. Yeah, still weird, just like cities. Oh, good old oh, cars are pulling in. Oh, cool. Wow, all right. That's cool. I was not expecting that. That's really awesome. Hopefully we get more of that in the sequel. More, you know, like, I think in this game, a vehicle shouldn't just despawn. I think a vehicle should be... I think this is going to be way too much of an ask, but if somebody moves into your city and they move in with, like, a little red car, you know, that little red car should be parked in their driveway. Then when they go to work, that little red car needs a parking spot at the place of business. And then the little red car needs a spot at the grocery store. And it needs a spot at the parking garage when they go to, like, a baseball game or something like that. Like, there needs to be, you know, that asset should be, like, it needs a place to go. I think that'd be really cool. Well, let's plop down a parking garage now. Oh, wow, that looks good, man. But now here's another thing I want to say, too, is I want the sequel to also be able to change the appearance of a building based on where it is. So, you know, this is called the multi-story decorative parking lot. Now, there's trees and nice grass and stuff around this, but I also feel like this blueprint could be shrunk if we get rid of the whole grass and stuff like that. Like, this kind of makes it decorative so it doesn't impact the desirability a little bit. But the fact that we could possibly move this thing to the street corner, think about all the space we could reclaim for other buildings and stuff like that. So, like, this could be packed into a, you know, downtown area very nicely. But since we got this as a new asset, I'm going to just add some more parking lots to this because it looks realistic. But I think, you know, you get a lot of this where you get parking garages in kind of like the middle of nowhere. But again, there's mods for all you suggested. Well, we're talking about the sequel, though, and we're talking about a company that wants your money for their new game. It shouldn't just be, hey, buy our game and then wait for mods that other people are going to make. It should be, that should be included with the new game. I also think there needs to be more sizes for this parking garage, too. And it should be modular. You should be able to choose the number of floors for the parking garage, and there should be a cost associated with that. And there should be a little bit of a, you know, when you add on to your parking garage, it should take, you know, 18 months for them to add a bunch of new stuff to the parking garage. You could shut it down completely at a cost of, you know, you lose the parking spaces, but it'll take less time to modify. Or you can keep it running at a limited capacity, and the cost will be, like, you know, greater, but you don't lose the cost of the, or the functionality of the building, which kind of saves you function a little bit. I think that would be cool. So I kind of want to add more to the parking lot here. I know. We need it. Well, this is cool because then you can build realistic looking airports and stuff too now. Like, I don't know why the hell they didn't just add, you know, like parking garages to the airport stuff. Or really just made it a free update with the airport. Because then you can kind of make like ports that have large parking areas too, which is kind of cool. Alright, I'm not sure exactly what I want to do here, but now that I got new stuff to play around with, I want to just kind of mess with it and put it down. That's what the little parking lot looks like. Oh, that's cool. You can make like a little extendo lot. It's not interconnected, but... Now, you know what'd be cool here? Wait, what? It changed its appearance. Oh, there's multiple appearances to these. Ah, variation 1, variation 2. Okay, that's kind of cool. So there's 2 different styles to those. What about this? Nope. Alright, that's kind of cool. But yeah, like I was saying, if we could get rid of the little trim around it, then you could pack those in. And it depends on what you're trying to build. With an airport, you know, you could pack these in. It doesn't really need to look pretty when it's off to the side, but... But now what I'd like to do is be able to build a, you know, like a pedestrian bridge going from like one of the floor. You know, there should be a bridge going from this to this one, and then it should come into the train station. So if you park here, kind of sucks. You still got to walk, but like that's a pretty easy walk. Like over here and then here, boom, you're right in the train station. Yeah, the parking garage is out of water. It makes sense though. They have fire suppression systems and whatnot, and little drinking fountains. Sure. I guess. Well, I didn't expect to be building a parking lot today, but here we are. Love that. Oh yeah, bathrooms, yeah. It makes sense, I guess. I keep going to mass transit thinking that it's there. Would anyone like City Skylines 2 to be freeform build or still do it in grids? Both. I think we should have the options for both. Sometimes grids are really helpful for making something that should be square. You know, like these parking garages and stuff in a city block. It kind of makes sense to make it like a square. So I feel like that works for some things. Why am I hearing, like, suburban sounds? Kids playing, sprinklers going, dogs bark. This is an urban area. I don't want to hear the dogs bark. Oh, I think that's good enough. Let's add some trees. Your hype for City Skylines 2 is off the charts. Yeah, because, you know, and I think the hype is really justified here with City Skylines 2. Because with City Skylines 2, when you go back and look at the trailer for City Skylines 1, you think to yourself, like, a lot of that stuff had never been seen before, and that blew our minds. And then what modders were able to do just within, like, the first 2 years was absolutely mind-blowing as well. All these like mods that you never thought you would see, like the Move It mod, to be able to move things so closely together and be able to modify like where things are placed after they're built. Like there were so many restrictions from games before due to memory and you know, I think there's a lot of things we can criticize this game for too, like over the years they should have did certain things. On the other hand, there's a lot of limitations to this game now too after, you know, X number of years. Like, yeah, certain things the engine just couldn't do reliably that you leave to modding. And then, you know, if it crashes or goofs up, then you blame, oh, it's like, oh, it's a free mod, you know. But if they're charging for a product, it's a little different. But mods certainly made this game what it is, 100%. That looks really cool. I love all those parking lots there. And that they're actually being filled and stuff like that. That's really neat. But again, I want to see that integrated into like a mall like this. And now you can really truly simulate how much space is just wasted by like Oh, this is a beautiful part of town. Okay, let's bulldoze 90% of it and parking lot, parking lot, parking lot, parking lot, parking lot, building. Ah, man. Okay, so that looks cool. I love the look of the buildings. And I think we'll go with the second one because it has like wood. That's actually really nice and free. Are there any underground parking options? No, but that's a good point. There should definitely be it should be built like a metro. How like there's a little, except it's a little tunnel so cars can go down. You're completely right. Oh, you know what would be great? Here's what we do, right? This would be a great option. A city square. You know, there's entrance to, there's like a tunnel that the car can pull into that goes underneath, and then there's just like a large cobblestone plaza above where you can have city events and stuff. So everybody can park underneath and get up to the street, and then it's an area for like street food and public events, and you know, put up a Christmas tree or whatever, shops and stalls whenever, anytime. That's cool. Have you seen the maps that show all the parking downtown? Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Absolutely. All right, love the parking lots. Let's try to do... let's change these roads a bit. Let's see if we can find a new one. Or were we building the extra wide? This still kind of makes sense here. I love the extra wide... or the extra wide sidewalks too, because it eliminates cars parking on the street like that. And that just would look weird near the parking garage. Like, why would somebody be parking on the street when there's literally... you know, a parking garage right there. Damn, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with that. That looks even better. It makes the train station look more realistic or something, like it belongs here. Damn. You're gonna play Anno 1800? Oh yeah, chat, don't forget, City Skylines Anno 1800 Steam sale is continuing until tomorrow. You have about 24 hours-ish to get last stuff on Steam. So if you've been waiting to get a City Skylines DLC, if you've been waiting to get a Sims DLC, or, you know, just Anno 1800 or any of its DLCs, it's like kind of like last call. How's the industry? I kind of barely messed with the industry here. We have like a little industrial area. But I do... well, actually, that's not true, because I am kind of importing stuff here. We're building furniture. So we have a whole logging industry, now that I recall. So we're doing logging, and we're doing farming. And those are actually like level 5 and stuff. They're maxed out. I feel like the industry, even though it's good, still feels kind of like a afterthought that's kind of like tossed to the side. Because you have to, you know, when it comes to farming and logging, you have to build those, and mining too, you have to build those where the resources are, or where the fertility is. So it's kind of like, I've been watching you for a while, just got a gifted membership. Keep up the good work, man. Thank you, Jake, and thank you to everybody dropping gift bombs on the chat. That's been awesome. So cool to see so many people having access to new emotes and stuff, and being able to enjoy that, as well as Fredneck Teddy. Thank you very much for the Raptor Plus membership, and thank you very much for the support. It's been awesome. I want to build some sort of a new hub. Let's see what we got for hubs. And I think we had the idea to build a ferry, because we were going to build a port down here. And I wonder if we could build like a little ferry hub here. We won't have anywhere to connect it for a while, but it would be kind of cool to do maybe a ferry port up here, so the ferry could go up this way. Oh, that'd be great. You could take the ferry from here, go all the way up to Uptown, top of the campus, or this part of the city. Dude, we have so much to build. I love it. Do you guys think people are still going to play City Skylines after City Skylines 2 comes out? I think there are people who are still building cities from day one. I still have a city from like 2015. Like pretty much the first year that this game came out. That has all vanilla stuff. Like it has the day one stuff.
Welcome.
And then I never touched it again. Actually, I think it has like After Dark. It's like base vanilla and After Dark, and then that's it. Imagine going in there and editing a city, a day one vanilla City Skylines city to City Skylines like now. Like 1.0 versus like this version plus all the DLCs. Not even mods. Just imagine just like bringing it up to code. Code? You know what I mean. Yeah, this is a train station. These are all vanilla too. This is all vanilla stuff. Well, some of it's like DLC or free recent stuff. It's another good point is that we didn't have all these roads and other things like that. SimCity. Oh, Civ 4 is legit the best. Oh yeah, Civ 4 is very good. Civ 5 too. Those are good games to get on sale. Alright, let's try to build a hub here. Oh, the new building I think was a tram hub. So I want to build a tram. But that's going to clash with some of the options we have here in town. Actually, this would be a great street to build a tram. Oh, you think it'll be like Sims 3? Oh, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, a lot of people will go on to 2 and they'll love it. And then there'll be a lot of things about this game people love more. And they'll be like, dude, City Skylines lets you do this and City Skylines 2 doesn't. So that's why I like it a little bit more. For a while. Alright, let's build a... I want to do a tram. Let's find out how we can do a tram. Trains, ship. Oh, there it is, tram. So tram depot. Can we get wide sidewalks with a tram? I think that's impossible. Oh, roads aren't on that one. Well, cars wouldn't be able to park there. Now you got a tram on that. Yeah, I'd love to make that a series, going back to a city from day one. I got to do that too with City Skylines 2, is like, after I kind of get bored of a city, that just put it in a time capsule and come back like 5 years later and check it out. I'll put this down for now. You know, actually, if I could somehow fit this here, it would be amazing. But I do want a little tram going through the city now. Oh, dude, this makes the parking lot double important. Because you could park here to get on the tram, or you could park here to get on the train. Yeah, this is going to be a university, yeah. Whenever I feel like doing it. We're building like this town's going to be all in charge of building a rocket to launch. So we're going to try to do all sorts of things here. Yeah, I agree. It's crazy how everybody changes their style of gameplay after like a few years. Like day one cities and City Skylines, even the best of the best, they kind of like look a little weird. Because people didn't know what was possible. I think it's not that they weren't like good at the game, but they didn't even know the game's limitations. Like, you got to learn, like, oh, dude, I can do this? I didn't know that. And then everybody builds cities based on their previous experience. Gotta make this more decorative. That one allows the tram to go into the middle. Supports low traffic. This is going to be a high traffic area. Well, it's going to be an interesting time to see everybody, like, doing things in City Skylines as if it were City Skylines 2. Or, sorry. People doing stuff in City Skylines 2 and playing it like it's the first game. And then realizing they could do things differently, which is going to be interesting. Okay, we're going to have to make our trams go around that way. So the university is going to be up there. We could have the tram go all the way to the... This would be a great way for the students to get... You know, you could take the tram from the train station to the... Well, actually, I just remembered we have a bus station here, too. This is going to be a huge transport hub. So there's an inner city bus station, a train station. There's going to be a tram that runs here, too. So that gives even more reason for these parking lots. I like that. I don't think the parking lots are bad at all, because they add that realism of just, like, you know, what are you going to do? Like, not everything is, you know, bus all the time. Wait, that's weird. The tram track on a two-way just starts out of nowhere. That's kind of weird. Is there a way to just do one tram on a two-way road? I don't think so. One-way tram track. Actually, yeah. Oh, that changes the whole road type. That's alright. You're curious about how the modding community will enhance the game. After all, I believe the survivability of this game was due to the modding community. I think so too. And I really think it's cool how eventually the developers just started making, like, content creator packs, which, you know, if you're not interested in buying that, that's totally fine. But what I think is cool is that they at least embraced what the community was doing and then wanted to make it like a product, which means that they really trusted the community. Like, it wasn't just kind of like modding as an afterthought. It kind of felt like it was more and more integrated as the game went on. And they took people out of the community and they were like, hey, we'd like you to make something based on, you living here or based on you knowing about this or something like that. That's just really cool. Oh, that's a little elementary there. A little elementary school. All right, let's build up to that. But playing this game and getting into all the mass transit stuff really makes me... Every time I do this, I want to go back to their original game of Cities in Motion. And Cities in Motion was just really, really unique. Okay, so that should allow the tram to come back. So the tram should be able to go here up to like the elementary school and back to the train station. Ah, but then I want to go up to the university. Whoa, Black Betty, tram-a-lam. Yeah. Yes. True. That's two-way, so... Well, so much for all these sidewalks. But again, I think this is a thing that the new game should have too, where, again, there's so many different things you can do. Like, you know, tram line, wide sidewalks, one-way, decorative, you know, like bike lane. Like, those are all the things. I feel like you could tick box those and add all these different things to just like a small section of road. Where it's like, sure, you might not need that on a whole street, but there might be a spot where those two will intersect, and you'll need to, like, find a way to deal with that. Alright, I'm going to build a tram line up here. Because then it goes in front of the park. Oh, I don't want the one-way. Man, I love the four-lane decorative, though. Unfortunately, we don't have that here. But then I want a bike lane, too. Alright, there we go. So now I think the tram goes from the train station up to the elementary school, and it also goes off to the university. So that covers a really good section of this town. And it also goes in front of this promenade here, so that's perfect. So cool, now we got like a little tram. I feel like I could have built it here maybe, actually. There's like a good spot for it to fit. Oh, just barely. Barely. Now we could expand this a little bit. But it's fine, it's fine. We'll just build around it. Hey, Morgan. Good to see you. Oh, I don't think this needs to go all this way. I think the tram could stop right there. And, yep, looks like the track's going there, so that's fine. Cool. Ah, very nice. Yes, it's almost my birthday. Just 24 hours left. I really want the option in the future game, too, to be able to just paint a parking lot in a way. Ugh. Otherwise, we get this weird system like that. Happy birthday. Why, thank you. Thank you, chat. Thank you. And then you get these weird little thingies. And, like, even in the base game, it's like, bruh. You should just be able to paint, like, an area asphalt. But it's fine. Alright, let's build some more trees. Yo, Daddy's Dirty Toolkit, thanks for the Raptor Plus membership. Welcome aboard. Green Eyes in the chat, show him some love. And welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for the support. That's fine. Alright, cool. So what else is there? So now we built a tram. We'll get that operational later, but that'll cut down a lot of the traffic down here, which doesn't seem too bad. Like, there's certainly a lot of cars parked on the streets, but I'm not seeing like a lot of traffic on the roads. That turned out kind of cool. That little parking area there is kind of neat, actually. So that way people could just park at the promenade that way. And also that could be integrated into a tram station. You could park down here and take the tram. Wow. I love your show, bro. Thank you very much. Sorry, all caps. No, it's fine. I appreciate that level of enthusiasm. That's very nice. Welcome to the stream. And thank you for your support. I really want... man, I'm thinking about it. The universities and the airports are the two biggest, like, integrated areas where there's, like, lots of buildings. And they all kind of, like, work together for one thing. That I would love to see. What I'd also like to see is the ability to, like, build a port in City Skylines too. Kind of like how we build the airports. But it would be nice to build like a, you know, like a pier and then like a couple of docks and cranes and things like that. I really want them to go crazy with how you have to lay things out. I don't want it to be a simple experience. I think some things should be tedious. But also, you know, in vanilla City Skylines, you could still put down the... You could still just put down airport, and that's it. Like, international airport, boom. You don't have to design it via the new DLC for airports. So there's still that, where you could just plop it down and connect things to it. For people who want to just quickly build an airport, and then maybe come back and build something customized later. Let's build a big O commercial sector there. Oh, dude, now we got these train depots coming in here, this train network. Man. It is really nice in City Skylines when you build up an area so much, there's so much detail in it, it looks like a promotional screenshot when you do stuff like that. I see a lot of people on Twitter will make just beautiful, like, one-to-one they'll take an area on, like, Google Maps of just, like, Prague or Budapest or Paris or something, and then they'll just recreate it in City Skylines, and it'll just be like a side-by-side comparison. It's like, wow, that's where we should be at. And that's all modded, of course, but that should be like new age vanilla. Like, we're almost 10 years from when this game was made. Like, we can do it. Come on. This is perfect. All these commercial buildings with the promenade nearby is going to be nice. We called it Eat Street. Makes sense. And let's add some commercial, or rather office space here. And I think I wanted to build some big O buildings here too, but... Where's the bear and breakfast? Chat puts the bear and breakfast. It's like, oh, Chad, I had breakfast. Oh, what'd you have for breakfast, Raptor? Blueberry pancakes. Tea. Bear and breakfast. Tea. Full berry confirmed. Yes. True. Ba-ba. Oh. Wow, those buildings fill in quickly, don't they? Alright, we need to do some new stuff. We got all this new assets and DLC. Let's keep doing the new. Let's set up that tram. Because that's pretty much done. So let's get that connected now. Ooh, nice. We'll connect it in front of the parking garage. Nice. And then to Eat Street at the south. And let's do one at the mall. And we'll kind of just do one every other block, I guess. There. Oh wow, we're already at the school. Jeez. That tram doesn't go far at all. I like how the roads are painted though to let you know where they can go. One at the conservatory. And one at the university. One at the parking lot. Damn, it's like I planned this or something. And then let's go to the front of the station as well. Oh, it can't go back to the thing to loop around? Okay. Then what we'll have to do is build a road this way. That'll make things easier. You find my puns to be unbearable? Chat, just bear with me, okay? We could make another stop down by the garages. Hey, that's kind of nice. Now, we have new options for trams. Capacity 90, 70, ooh, 105. 132, damn. Wow, look at all these tram capacities. Damn, dude. We gotta find one that we like for our city now. They've added a few new trams to this game. I think there's 4 new designs, but there's more that I haven't messed with before. Let's start with the highest capacity at 140. Let's see that get deployed. There it is. Is this early access? Well, this is City Skylines, the original game. So, I guess, technically, because they are still adding new things to it even now, I will say yes. I will say that City Skylines will be fully released when City Skylines 2 comes out. Because, as we saw today, they've just added a bunch of free assets to it. And they do that all the time with early access games where they, you know, the game's out and you can play it, but then later they add new stuff to it. I like these trams. I don't like the color, though, the purple. Maybe we go with the traditional red. 16 stops. Nice. Not bad. What's up, Cat? I think they're a little too, they're just completely black on the top, though, so you can barely... But those are the high-capacity ones, so we'll take a look and see how that line performs. Well, that's really cool, though. It connects the train station to the mall, to the large promenade, to the elementary school down here, and kind of just the center of this western part, and then up to the campus. And then there is a hospital there. And we could have connected to the hospital, too. I could have actually made that loop up here. You're confused? The massive parking lot is on PlayStation, but cannot seem to find the smaller parking lots. Oh, really? They have the large building, but not the smaller ones. I'm going to imagine that the hospital has underground parking. I don't think everything needs this giant parking lot attached to it, but some things it's just like at an airport, there's just no choice. Like you got to build a big old parking lot. So, how many riders do we have now? We have 127 people on the bus per week, 14 per week on the trams, 42 on the train. Oh, what was the beeping? Oh, when you zoom in at street level, I think it's the crosswalks for people with visual impairments. In Japan, they sound like a bird. What's up, Carlos? Hello from Japan, partying tonight for Japan's baseball team. Hell yeah. Heard some news about that. They must be making it into some sort of playoffs or something. City Skylines is amazing. Love it so much. Can't wait until City Skylines 2 and scream with excitement. You know, I feel like this game is so good that I do feel like people are going to still play this one when it comes out. Any thoughts on the new City Skylines game? Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of hopes and a lot of expectations, too. I feel like with City Skylines 2, expectations, hopes, and realities need to meet. I feel like there's so much potential... And so much that Paradox asks from everybody in terms of like buying new DLCs. They give you options. You don't have to have them oftentimes, especially with like the content creator packs. But I feel like some of them are necessities for the base game. Like, for example, the mass transit and the industries DLCs. I feel like those added so much to the game. And I hope not to see as many DLCs for the sequel, but, you know, Paradox. That bridge looks bendy. That's a little better. All right. Well, we could easily fill a lot of this space, but I don't want to fill space and just make endless city blocks. I do want them to kind of have something to do with something. Something to do with something. Be nice to do a roundabout here. I feel like we need like micro roundabout, like a million micro roundabouts. We're just using minimal mods, basic mods like the Move It mod. Yeah, like I still feel like this small roundabout is too big. Like this should be a large roundabout. Oh, there's a fence there for the university. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's alright. I'll round that fence off. That's a 3-lane. You can do decorative options for these, I think. But we might not want that. I think I do near the university. Oh, it's got bicycle lanes. 6-lane with decorative trees. Seems fine. How's the traffic? Probably a nightmare, honestly. I've not focused on the mass transit like I should have the whole time. But we just did add a tram line to the city, so that will help the congestion of the lower section of the city. Alright, that'll be placeholder for now. And I love the new fence. The new fence that they added is God tier. It's like a suburban fence. It's really good. That's the new fence right there. Man, is that really nice. That's really good, like, soundproofing and, like, district separation. It works perfectly for the suburban area. Perfect. But now, give us more. Okay, so boom. Traffic's always a nightmare anyway. Yeah. True. Well, that looks pretty good. That rounded off nicely. Good. And now we have a roundabout rather than a nightmarish T intersection. Let's make this a one-way highway. Actually, we'll do this. Oh, there's some of these new ones too. Asymmetrical 3-lane highway. Is that new from the recent update? Asymmetrical 3-lane highway. That's really cool. I feel like that's new. I don't remember seeing that before. Because they did add a new, what looked to be a new soundproofed, that is new? Okay. And what was the... It looked like they added a soundproofed road of some sort. Was it another highway, or was it I thought it was like a 6-lane road that they soundproofed. Or no, what was it, noise barriers? Wait, let's try this. 4-lane... 4-lane, two-way highway. Asymmetrical highway with sound barriers. Two-way highway with sound barriers. 4-lane highway. Highway with sound barrier. One-ways. Okay. It looks like it was all... Yeah, it looks like it's all related to highways. Okay. I think I'm going to change this to a 2-lane highway. Oh, the new one is a 4-lane, two-way highway with sound barriers. Okay. That's nice. A little smaller highway. Good, too, because then, you know, one major massive highway is like, you know, that's overkill if you're trying to just extend your highway a little bit into town. Let's go with the 2-lane highway. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, Daddy's Dirty Toolkit, thanks for the 10. How do members join your Discord as their server rather than their personal account? How do members join your Discord as their server rather than personal account? Well, there is a link to our Discord in the description to link to that. But if you're a member of this channel, you have to like link your YouTube and your Discord together through Discord. And if you go on our Discord, there's instructions of how to like get Discord to recognize that you're like a YouTube member, and it like links your YouTube and Discord accounts together. And then you can go to the member section of the Discord. If that's what you mean. These are really good sidewalks here. I feel like we need to do a few like foot exits from the university. I feel like we need to do a couple of exits like here and there. But we'll mess with that when we do the university. Alright. So, what else can we improve upon? We've done so much in this game so far. So much in City Skylines. In this particular save. And I feel like we could populate every island, but we should probably stay on this island, and this one, and these two. Oh yeah, TBD Island. And this is where we're going to get a lot of oil for our rocket once we launch it. That looks like Amtrak. A little bit. Okay, so let's build another intersection or another road here. I want to keep that rock. We could build a park there. Damn it. I hate when things get off just a little bit. They also give you pavement in the parks menu under creator content. It's free with the new update, I believe. Oh, really? Okay, what I think we need to do is do an extendo this way. I want to see what the plan is for walkability, too. I really hope the new game has a lot to do with, you know, like if somebody lives at a house, it'd be really cool to know what the optimal walking distance for stuff was. And then you could really plan your city around, like, okay, people don't want to walk more than a kilometer. You know, like, people are willing to walk up to a kilometer. So then you have to create a system to, like, you know, they have to walk 100 kilometers to the bus stop, and then, you know, they'll walk around a mall. Ooh, that'd be cool, too. Massive indoor spaces that you could plan around as well. Man. All the potential. Very excited. Please tell me you named one road Bear Boulevard. Bear Boulevard. Oh yeah, public bikes and stuff. Yeah, it'd be great to build a big city that's got so many options. Like, it would be great to build a city that's so convenient for walking that cars actually are just an inconvenience. Like, whenever you've got to drive the car, it's like, ah, it's like a bad day. All right. Add a couple more businesses here. We gotta get some residential down here and do some more mixed residential. We got mostly residential here, some commercial, some mixed, and then the train station's kind of in the middle of everything, but that's by design. I love it. Baseball team, the Cubs. Thank goodness I didn't buy the Stadiums DLC that's out today. Chat would want the Cubs, the Bears, the Grizzlies. Not to mention we have a university, so you know we have to name our sports team that. I forget where we were. Maybe we could build an industrial port down here. Yeah. I was thinking about putting it here, but this could be a better area. Plus, there's so much more space. Does Raptoria have a baseball team? Not yet. We don't. Well, in this save, we don't have a stadium yet, but I can't wait to build that rocket launch center. Fire off them rockets. I love how it's determined by supply being delivered to it. That's what again, going back to what I said earlier at the start of the stream, I want massive construction projects to take lots of time. I want there to be great works that could be great for your city, but that take a very long time and lots of materials and money to build. We're talking like millions of dollars. Not just like, oh, you built an international airport, $8. We just want $8. Like, that's not how that works. Oh, we could build this as an industrial road eventually to go down there. Another thing, again, to go back to what I was saying earlier, I want the player to be able to determine what bridge is built, not the road. Meaning, like right here, I want to build like an old, like, you know, a truss bridge like that. But it shouldn't be linked to the road. It should be, I should be able to build any type of, I should be able to build a covered bridge highway if I want to. You know what I mean? It's not realistic to build that, but it'd be cool. Like, imagine a highway and then suddenly, boom, wooden covered bridge. Traffic nightmare. Yeah, City Skylines meets workers and resources. Exactly. What's up, Pranav? How you doing? Welcome. Do we know why console didn't get the 2 small parking lots, only the multi-story one? I don't know. I was hearing about that too. Maybe it's maybe they forgot and it'll be added as another update or a hotfix. I'm not sure why it would be excluded. I don't like that bridge. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason why they should. I mean, it's totally viable that could be in there. Wait, do I want to go down here? It's going to eventually be like an industrial road to go over to the port. Or maybe we could build a highway. I'm not sure. I wonder what the music will be like in the new game, too. If there'll be good tunes, or if it'll kind of be eh. But, you know, it'll come down to those radio stations. Chat, what if they replaced Chirper? Oh, no. Oh, no. I wonder if we'll get, you remember what they had in SimCity and stuff, where they had the or what do they call them, the departments or whatever, the department heads, or, you know, they would have the people that would, your advisors, basically. Like, you'd have your advisor to health, education. Be funny if they did that with City Skylines too. You can't cut funding, you'll regret this. That looks pretty good. Not really digging the 90-degree turn, but it's fine for now. I just wanted to build a bridge. Gonna be a long tunnel. Maybe I'll do a coastal road, but we'll figure that out later when we go to build the port. Man, and think about all the... you know what I'd like to see in the future game, too, is the ability to just quick... Again, I think there should just be check marks, boxes that you can tick to just add... you know, like you should be able to build a hub building and then say, like, I want a monorail and a ferry and a bus to connect to this. And then there should be ways to just add those onto a building and be able to connect everything via... you know, very easily. And I want to see a lot of, like, walkways between buildings and stuff, too. Like, let's find a couple of, like, taller buildings. I guess these are the tallest ones for now. But, you know, being able to connect these with interconnected walkways that go through all the different buildings and that they're all interconnected. And then it would just keep everybody off the... You know, if you worked in one building and you're going to go to another one to use their food court, you wouldn't even have to get into your car and go anywhere. It's crazy. You're waiting impatiently for the second game? I know, Murat, I know. Yeah, like skyways, but also, you know, skyways that are interconnected between buildings, but then also, you know, that go out over the roads and kind of like, you know, imagine this roadway, but then covered with, like, you know, a sidewalk that kind of like, you know, goes back and forth between stuff. I don't know. I just want more ways to keep people off the streets. You know what I mean? But, like, in their car. I want to see more, like, pedestrian traffic and actually have to deal with pedestrian frequency problems. Like, at a big bus stop, you'd have to make, like, multiple, you know, sidewalks going other places. It'll be interesting to see how the game starts, too. Like, how big the maps will be. And, like, will it be the... I don't really know if they could do anything other than the traditional highway start. Like, you know, there's a highway and a train line that comes close to the city, and then you get to build off of that. But I desperately want there to be some sort of a public works department that you have to build, and then it's like, you know, people will work at your city's public works department, and they will be the ones to build the roads, you know, bulldozers, mobile cranes, things like that to build bridges, you know. I want those things to take time. I don't think it will, but... Yeah, I'd love a Cities of Tomorrow DLC for that, too. Kind of thing, yeah. Or an airport, perhaps. Yeah, I want there to be, like, some... It almost sounds too RTS-like to have, like, a headquarters building, but... I mean, if you're going to be building a new city, you know, City Skylines you kind of build in the middle of nowhere. But it'd be really cool if in City Skylines 2 you could actually see other cities around you. Like, if it is single player, it would still be cool to see neighboring cities and maybe to set up trade deals with them like how you did in SimCity from before. Like, rather than just sending, you know, a train out with materials and then you know that's making you money. I don't know, it'd be nice to know a little bit more about, like, you know, the industrial DLC does a good job of that. You know how much, if you're drilling oil, you know how much you're making for, you know, if you're refining that oil into fuel, you know how much you're making. And how much it's being sent out for, you know. Like how the Mall of America has a transit station under its east parking garage. Yeah, stuff like that. Oh, that's actually a very good use of space. Yeah, to build a hub, yeah, and then you could do add-ons to it. Like, imagine if we could just plop this down and then connect a parking garage to it and everything just kind of snap together. That'd be really nice. Really, really nice. Is there a seaport option? Yeah, in this game you can put down a seaport, but in the new game I want to be able to make my own. Like, I want to be able to paint it. You know, much more integrated. Not feeling like a mod or that I'm just making something decorative. There should be a reason to do it. But yeah, workers and resources. That's what I want. Car crashes and traffic accidents should be in the second game, as well as cultural conflicts and protests. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Like I was saying earlier, too, there could be a massive race in the town. Like, you know, like in European cities when they set up, like, a race that goes all around the city with all the cars going around. It'd be cool if there were events you could do on the streets. Or like a parade. It'd be cool to see, like, a parade going down. You know, you block off some of the roads, and then, you know, here comes the parade, yay, and then, you know, boosts the city's morale for a while, brings in money, and all you had to do was shut down some roads for like a day or two. Yeah, Transport Fever 2, exactly. Transport Fever 2 stuff, City Skylines stuff, and then a little bit of like Cities in Motion in there would be fantastic. I think Transport Fever is like a legit city builder because you're bringing in materials to build the cities. And I hope to do that in City Skylines as well. Like in City Skylines 2, it'd be really cool if you could bring in materials via train, concrete and workers and steel and stuff like that, and have a storage area. I don't think it's going to go that way. I think it'll be more like this, but to manage the resources would be astonishing. It would be so cool to manage all the resources. Because, you know, in this game, it's like, oh, damn, I need a hospital. You just go build a hospital. You plop it down, it costs, you know, 200,000 or whatever, and then boom, you're done. But I want to manage resources just as much as I want to manage money. And I feel like players are ready for that level of complexity. Oh, we should build a fire department? Yeah, we don't really have a fire department down here. Let's build... Oh, by the way, the Natural Disasters DLC got a bunch of free add-ons too. New helicopters, I think. Fire Helicopter Depot. What is that for? Can reach fires with no road access to extinguish fires. Yeah, I don't really like the look of any of these fire departments. High capacity fire depot. I like the fire station. I don't know if I like these modern ones. Yeah. We should build it, though. And this is a good spot because it's near the train station. Actually, that'd be perfect. Hopefully it doesn't cut off that damn fence. Good. That's a good spot for it. You know, actually, isn't there a... Let's see. Wasn't there like a small... Oh yeah, there's the content creator one. The Fire Safety Center. Oh yeah. The Korean Creator Pack one has new stuff for that. That's nice. Bum, 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 bum. What? The fire department needs water? That doesn't make sense. Why would a fire department need water? Great, now I gotta connect these. Yeah, it probably is not a bad thing to build like the Big O fire department for the whole downtown area, but I do want that smaller fire safety center, the little one for the Korean DLC. It fits nicely. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Underground tunnel for firefighters to the city. Yeah. See, I want more underground stuff in this game too. I'd like to see more power lines, but I'd like them to be smaller, or the ability to put them underwater in the, or underground and underwater in the second game. I want to see that. We got to put something here. Maybe some little shops. Maybe? Wow, city population dropping to 22,000. For the early game, services shouldn't be needed as much. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And it's interesting because it's like, I feel like at the beginning of the game, you could just kind of imagine that a lot of the services like medical and garbage disposal are just kind of people, you know, like another town sending in garbage trucks for a while, like you're leasing them or paying for the service. The city is, and that's paid through via taxes. I don't want that industrial road. Let's go with wide sidewalks again. And maybe we could do some residential down here. Oh no, I broke the tram road. My bad. Let's see, tram. I love that. That search feature is a blessing now. Well, it says it's disconnected now, but it's connected again. I can see the tram going over there. You had issues with the launcher not updating and wouldn't save your game. Weird. Oh, it just needs to be reconnected. There we go. Yeah, I want some stuff from City State 2 in there as well. I feel like there's a lot of great city builders that implemented something a little unique that City Skylines can absolutely take advantage of. At least I wish it would. As well as like Cities XL. But yeah, I want more scaling in this game for all the services, like garbage and power and stuff. Like, it always feels like, you know, you reach the maximum garbage capacity and then you have to build something that can do like 4 times as much. And then, you know, you can always bring the slider down for the budget, but you know, it's like you build a huge building and it can process 50,000 trash and your city produces 50,000. And then when you make 50,001, then you got to make another 50,000 thing, and then you're only using like 1 out of 50,000 capacity for the net. It's like, is there a way I can like make the first building, you know, more efficient or something, or research stuff? And that'd be cool if there was unlockable research. And that is one thing I liked about SimCity from 2013, is that when you built those universities, they could actually work on real projects that you could then put in your city, like advanced wind turbines and better hospitals and things like that. And that'd be really cool, rather than a population unlocking better technology or better things for the city. It'd be cool if you could put the people in the city to work on things that could make the city better. Like, why can't all of your population be engineers to make better buses, planes, tunnels, you know, new bridge types, or to make already existing businesses more efficient? And then, you know, be like, okay, this business, because we now have some very good accountants, now this business does 2-3 times the amount of business. Oh, look, a Dairy Queen. Oh, never mind. Wow, look at that burger. Burger. Man, that train looks really cool. Big ambitions. DLC would be cool. Oh, right. The ability to walk around your city or travel around it in first person or third person would be crazy. Could you imagine, like, jumping into a car? Oh, man. If you could jump into a car and drive around the roads in your city and getting lost in your own town and just having a day-night cycle as you're traveling on the highway or something like that. And just, like, have a mode where you can delete all the cars in the city and then you can just drive around in the roads. That'd be cool.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah, GTA, exactly. Something like that. Okay, what can we add now? When does City Skylines 2 come out? You know, I don't know. But the last City Skylines official DLCs have been announced for May. So I'm assuming it might be the summer of this year. But I also feel like I feel like what's going to happen is that they're going to have another event between now and its release. City Skylines is so big that I feel like Paradox could do like an hour-long live stream interviewing a bunch of other people and each of them talking about like what new game feature is going to be coming. You know? Like they got to talk about the zoning, the mass transit, the road building, like, you know, UI enhancements, and like things that people will have the biggest questions on, like how big are the cities, how big are the maps, how many maps do we get, how much is it? Will it be multiplayer? Like, you know, these are going to be questions that are just going to constantly be coming up. Even after they announce, like, even after there's, like, clear information on it, these are just questions that are going to be hammered on. So, it's going to be nice to know. And I think an interview would be fantastic. You did see something on City Skylines channel about City Skylines VR, which did look like it had something similar to third-person view. Now, that would be cool. Can you build a casino in this game? Oh, yeah. And that would be another cool thing to see in the sequel as well. Would be the ability for more other ways to make money other than just business and exports. I think we got plenty of houses. We just need to attract more people here. Let's make this a business sector. Which will go good with the promenade there, I feel like. In City Skylines 2, I hope we can begin in a specific year like 1900 and see building evolution from... Oh, man. Yeah. I think it'll be modern city focused, but if we could actually build a city, man, that'd be really cool, because then you'd have to... It would be really cool. Okay, so yeah, that's a good point. Because in City Skylines, sometimes you just plop down the old city. But why couldn't we start in like 1900 and solve the problems from those times and make areas for horse and buggy and all that, and ports and ships of sail? Oh man, it would look like Anno 1800 at the start and then eventually become like City Skylines and then go into the future. I don't think that's going to be a thing, but I would love to pick a year and then have technology and those problems be a thing. Like, you know, 1920, like, oh, we're building a railroad. It'd probably be too boring for the player, but I feel like there could be a lot of detail that you add at that point. It's a good point. Bum, bum. Isn't there a mobile game like that? Probably, but to me, mobile games are kind of always just like a... They're not really games, oftentimes, for me. I'm sure there's some good mobile games, but they always just seem like you know, you got to have the gems up in the upper right corner. The little lightning bolt and the gems up in the upper right corner. Be like, oh, dude, you want to play this game? Oh, we need $80 per hour. Forever. I think at that rate, you may as well just buy City Skylines at full price. No discount. All right, the promenade here, we're going to build some other time, but I want to fill all this out here. Now, if I get the Stadiums and Shopping Malls DLC, which I haven't picked up yet, it just came out today, but I think it'd be a good idea to build it a shopping mall. Like, we have our department store here, and then, like, our Old Town here, kind of as a shopping area next to the train station. That's a pretty damn good spot. Passengers last week, 0. Always so sad. But, anyway, I feel like it'd be a good idea to, like, put down a mall in this area. Maybe even we could, like, we could cut the promenade in half and put a mall here and then the promenade here. And then they both work together as kind of like a commercial area, or shopping, retail. And then we do the stadium here. I feel like we could build something there and then build it somewhere else. Oh, how did you unlock the whole map? There's a mod for that. It unlocks... How many tiles are there? 25? But you know what? I feel like this should be the base size of the City Skylines 2 map. This should be like 1 tile. And then there should be like 10 of these or something. I also want to be able to zoom out more. I would love to be able to zoom out far enough to be able to see like clouds and stuff like that. Like really zoom out far. Well, especially if they were going to make the map bigger, you know. But man, when we see gameplay, I wonder what the biggest complaints will be. Because you know there's going to be some Karens out there who are not going to like some things about City Skylines 2. And I feel like some criticism could definitely be justified. But I always feel like whenever you see gameplay of a new game, you always get the knee-jerk, like, top 5 things. It's like, number 1, like, graphics. 2, multiplayer. 3 will be, like, map size. 4 will be, like, price. And then, like, 5 will be, like... I'm not even sure. Like, there's going to have to be some things that they won't include that people are going to want. I mean, you know. Despite them making a sequel, I don't think it's going to have everything. But I feel like this game did a good job, at least, of adding a ton of stuff for free. I mean, if you buy City Skylines Vanilla... If you buy City Skylines right now... Like, if City Skylines weren't on sale now, I still feel like they would have made the base price a little lower. But the amount of content that you got for free over the years from the updates are really good. Like, they've added so much stuff for free to this game. Also, I want more to do with water. I want there to be more things to do with water and sewage, instead of just, like, laying down the pipes. It'll be interesting. Bum bum. Gamers are a hard bunch to please, even at the best of times. I agree. I feel like expectation, reality, and all that will be really high for this game, though. I mean, obviously the expectations will be higher than what we will receive, but I also feel like City Skylines 2, based on, again, going back to what I mentioned about the developers delivering upon just constant improvements of just like, hey, we're throwing in some free roads or something like that. It's just cool. It almost kind of seems easy to make those roads at this point. But of course, you got to make sure everything blends together well. Meaning it's got to like, it's got to function, it's got to look and flow. It's got to have a look and feel to it that fits their brand or whatever. It'd be cool to build in cities, though, with certain challenges, like water, for example. Some places don't have as much water, but they have, like, millions of people. It's like, well, how do they get that water? It's like, well, they got to pump. Like, just connecting, like, a little pipe to the edge of the map I don't think would be enough. I'd like to see the ability to have to build reservoirs and manage water as a resource, just as important as anything else. Why does the income dip to the negative and come back? I don't know. Some things are weird with this game. I've also been losing more and more people in the city. But I haven't really been caring too much about that. A lot of that is just like, you have to be growing or you're shrinking in this game. You have to constantly be adding new buildings. Otherwise people are like, oh, dude, I'm out. Like, okay. Dude, I'm moving out. Okay, so we're not going to let the promenade go any further than that. The thing about this game, too, though, is that there is the whole death wave thing. So if you expand too quickly, you will have a lot of death all at once. So sometimes it's good to just kind of like build, like pre-plan your areas, but let a little bit of time pass so that way, if you build everything all too quickly at once, then you have yourself a problem with the crematoriums getting overwhelmed, or whatever you're using for disposing of the bodies. I hope Cities 2 doesn't pull a Kerbal 2. Yeah, what's going on with Kerbal 2? I heard from Lumberjack and Uthris that it was good, but it just doesn't have the polish, which I guess makes sense because they did do early access, but I thought we were just waiting for multiplayer. Oh, it's too buggy for even early access? Really? Bum, 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 bum. Well, you know what I really like, though, is another quote-unquote city builder coming soon is that Life by You that Paradox announced as well. And some people were mentioning it would be really cool if City Skylines 2 and like Life by You kind of linked together as being like kind of having some elements to where you could like load a character from one game into your city or something like that. Now, I don't think we'll get what we got with SimCity 4 and The Sims, where like you could load your sim into SimCity 4 and they would live in your city, but I would really hope that those two games kind of inspire each other to do different elements. Life by You is kind of more of a town builder that lets you build like, you know, you could build, I would imagine you could build like a train station if you wanted to in that game. It probably wouldn't work exactly that way, but I don't know, you could build like shops and stuff and have your actual like sim work and live there, like near it, which is kind of cool, a cool element for that. And I'd like to see a little bit of some other games coming to them, but I'd love to see, yeah, I think Life by You will definitely rival The Sims, and this is why I am I mean, we all hate EA, and even more disappointed at them for like killing Maxis because they forced them to make kind of a subpar game. But if we had SimCity, if SimCity was still around and popping off, and if we had City Skylines, we'd have two great city builders that would constantly be trying to top each other. And so instead of getting, you know, 4 million DLCs, we would just get like better games. I mean, we would still get the DLCs, but I feel like they'd be even greater. So, like with Paralives, The Sims, and Life by You, those are all kind of like city builders in a way. Like you can build a house, but also you want to build a business within that. Like if you want to play The Sims, that's cool. But when you get elements of you also being able to start like a diner or like a car mechanic garage, you get to build a house, a garage. And then in Life by You could also build like a post office and the city hall, and you could build, you know, like a gas station and stuff like that. And so it's, you know, city builder light, but you get to do hyper detail inside the buildings. And so I wish there was a Sim City around. Like, let's just say they made a good Sim City that came out in 2020, and people were like, whoa, this is like just as good as City Skylines. And like, you know, if you could like build inside the buildings, like if this were a factory and you could actually lay out the factory, that would I just feel like that would turn the heat up on City Skylines 2. Like I think City Skylines 2 is going to be great, but then if SimCity was making another banger, then, you know, City Skylines 2 would have to step up as well. So I really want more competition in the city builder sphere, because like right now it's kind of like City Skylines is kind of unopposed. But now for the Sims, EA has had the Sims for way too long. It's been too long since somebody's come along and tried to be in that genre. So the fact that we got Paralives and Life by You, now we've got, you know, the life simulators where you can build and do stuff and now have a lot of competition and progress. And I want more contenders to come into the city building space. There are city builders, but they're not directly that way, like, you know, Transport Fever, where you connect, you know, you connect to, actually this kind of looks like Transport Fever, where you connect like a train station to it, deliver a bunch of materials, and then the city will magically grow, but you don't get to micromanage it. And I hope with City Skylines 2 we see more macro management of like a bigger map and being able to do more with the water in the world and the natural environment, but then also more microing of being able to, as I mentioned before, if we build a power facility like over here, I would love to be able to like pick a plot for the power plant and then add more and more stuff to the power plant. You know, like right now this is just kind of like a check-in booth, and then there's like two thingies here. But it would be so cool if we could build a university that could then research geothermal power more, and then we just got more free energy. It's like, hey, you pumped in $2 million into this educational program at the university that you built, and now because you put all this money into education, now the city's being repaid by having a more advanced like power network. And then maybe there'd be ways that you could like sell that patent or something like that. Like it would be really cool if you could design products and services in your city and then export those ideas. Like, you know, having a massive car factory in your city means that you get lots of cars, and then, you know, that car factory would have to owe the city taxes, and then, you know, those taxes could go towards education, which means then you could build better cars, and then that means the car factory gets to do more business and design more cars and then expand. It's good stuff. I want to see it. Give it to me. But also bridges. Give me more bridges. I want more bridges. And you know what we need to? We need another, unrelated, but we need another, like, amusement park builder. We got Planet Coaster, and we got Parkitect, and then, of course, the classic Roller Coaster Tycoon games. But then also we have another game coming called, what is it called? Park Life or something like that? But it's kind of more, it's not really realistic. It's not like how Planet Coaster is kind of realistic in a way. It's kind of more zany, like, oh, dude, you're going to build a roller coaster that, like, can convert into an airplane and then goes underwater. It's like, you're almost there. But we need more of that. We need more builder games that can inspire other builder games. Because in this game, you can also build an amusement park, right? And you can kind of build it custom-wise, but it just feels like building a park. Like a regular park at City Skylines. But they could expand upon that a little bit. Yeah, there's Parkitect, and then there's another game called like Park Life or something like that. It's being made by Bandai Namco. I forget the name of it. I think it's Park Life or something. Oh, and then see here, I should have built like a bridge that goes over the roundabout. Bum, bum, bum. Pork life, yeah. We're gonna make a ham. Ham. Just ham everywhere. You know what would be also interesting? Is if your citizens had more demands. Like, well, I don't know. I was going to say, like, alright, a grocery store. But then that would just require you to put down commercial space. And then a business would do the research to find out if a grocery store would be required there, right? Maybe that's too much micro. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you want more micro, where people are like, we don't have a gas station, and then you like put down a gas station? I think that's. I feel like that'd be too much control. But I like the mix in this game of like being able to build stuff yourself, like a furniture factory, and putting down like the forestry industry and stuff. Because typically a business would just take care of this. You'd be like. You'd cordon off this area and say, like, hey, we're open for business, and then somebody would come bid and then be like, yeah, we'll buy that land, and then they pay you taxes. But then you don't get to build that, and that's not, like, fun. Just taking a paintbrush and saying, all right, this part of the city a factory can build. And then if somebody comes in, a company just comes in and builds whatever, one, it might not look good because it'll be built by the AI. Two, you don't get to build it yourself, which isn't really fun for a game. And then three, depending on how the business manages itself, it could provide various numbers of tax dollars. Like if it was a crappy business, it won't give you a lot of money. And then you're like, well, now I don't want that company there because I could just use that to build something else. Cheaper education, public transport, gas prices, plane tickets. I mean, yeah, you can modify a lot of those things in this game, true. Like you can have an airlines and then charge money for the airline tickets and stuff. Kind of makes more of like a, I don't know. It's funny when the cities in City Skylines are getting a little bit more into being like private businesses. Like you build a city called like Happyville or something like that, but then you can build like a airline for it. Like it becomes a little bit business management, which is kind of cool because you have a city builder, but then like with the new Financial Districts DLC, then you can also build a you can like invest money and then build stuff from that money. Do I want residential? Yeah, I guess. Options. Yeah, and then you can build the city that you want. Because sometimes you feel like setting up the whole factory, and other times you're just like, nah, I just want to cordon this area off for industrial. But having control as the player makes things look so much better, and it's more fun. So it's like, on one hand, it's like, nah, the city would probably just, cordon off an area, say this is for industrial. The city would be responsible for the roads, the infrastructure, water, power, whatever. And then the businesses could just do whatever. And, of course, the city would have to regulate that and inspect it to make sure they're within the city's codes and stuff. But that's not really something the player could do. You just build a building, like city inspector's office or something to make sure everything's up to code. Oh, this was cool. I built like a three-way intersection here. Nice. Alright, so we'll build our university some other time. What are we going to build here, then? I feel like the university should have more houses surrounding it, more residential. Seems like that makes sense. Yeah, true. There'll be lots to test in the new game. You know what was funny, too, is when we got access to new stuff that we'd never seen before in City Skylines, like the ability to kind of terraform more freely, and then the ability to build like a highway, like a sunken highway, and then build roads over that highway. And or to be able to build like a, you know, like right now I could just build a canal. You know, you got your godlike powers of being able to just terraform and just like delete land. But you could also do it realistically by building like a canal if you wanted to. And that's why I think like building reservoirs would be really cool. Natural landscape that way. What is this? Overcycling center. Really? Yeah, true. You don't... Yeah, that's the problem. Is like when you make a game, you want to give players lots of options, but you don't want it overwhelming or complicated. But I feel like that complexity should scale up over time. Like, I feel like this game has gotten way more complicated than day one because of all the transit hubs and how everything... Like, it used to just be you'd build your little bus station and it would just go in a loop. And then maybe you'd build a bus stop next to your train station, and that's how they were integrated. Actually, I think... Wait, doesn't this multi-platform end station have... I think this actually has a subway connected to it, like a metro line underneath. So now we've got, like... You know, now we've got a train coming in that's also connected to a metro, and then there's a bus line. But you can build that all into a, you know, the big hubs. Connect everything into that. Set up fishing grounds. Yeah, I don't know how I like the fishing in this one. It's kind of weird how you set it up like a line. Like the fishing boats will go in a line and then come back. I guess that works with fishing pods, like when they drop a pod out in the water, but... We gotta build something here. You hope they do a construction phase in City Skylines 2? I completely agree. I want to build a big project, and I want to put my population into researching that, and then building that, and bringing all those resources. And I want my resources not to be exports for money all the time. You know, like, there is... The space center that we're building now, that's a thing we can build in this game. You know, we can build a space center and take all those materials and launch it, and it benefits the city because it brings in tourism, but I want more. Give me more. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. No more insta-builds. No more insta-builds. I don't want that. I don't like when things are instantly constructed. Oh, here comes some more trains. It's missing an immersive element then? I don't know. To be honest, City Skylines has so many things that you can do that I don't think that you could build a city in City Skylines and be able to play with all the DLCs. And if you did, you'd have to be building on one city for an entire year. No, more than that. Like, when the new City Skylines 2 comes out, you could probably fill the map because you'll be playing that game like crazy. And then when new stuff gets released, DLC-wise or asset-wise, you can keep building onto that. But, you know, it's going to take, like, years to do. Because things will be coming out over time. Vertical farms. What is that? Oh, biodome. Pauly Shore. Now, the biodome would kind of be cool to put in the university and kind of be like a farming thing. Like a studies. Yeah, I think City Skylines 2 will need a lot of feedback. People are going to have to just be like super respectful and supportive over the stuff that we love, and then stuff that they didn't quite get right or that could be adjusted. We just need to be like, hey, I don't think this is like working. Like, bruh. You guys should make some changes. I do like how the city grows in population, you unlock more stuff. That's true. So when they do that, it's going to have to be like gamer progression. You know, like you have to feel like you're progressing and that there's something to unlock. Given everything at the start, it's almost too free. But I think there could also be game modes too. It'd be cool if we got like a sandbox game mode where you could just build whatever and test designs and test how things like the traffic system work. Because if they don't do that, modders are just going to do it anyway. So it's like, why not include a mode then that players can just kind of build a city without any restrictions? But then, I don't know. You want people playing the game all the time so everyone will talk about it. So you got to create some sort of a system, a balance for that. All right, let's build some more roads. You feel like a game that's completely decided by on the players would be cool? Oh yeah. But players would have to then know what's like the limitations of the engine. But I do feel like City Skylines does a good job of listening to its community by literally putting content creators, and that's not just like YouTubers and Twitch streamers, but like when they say content creators, I think those are also people who make assets and buildings and stuff and things for people to download for free. You know, just vehicle models, building models. I hope that City Skylines 2, they reached out to a bunch of people and paid them good money to like make 20 skyscrapers, 20 houses. That would be nice. I like that. Bum. Wait, so I was watching this in the background, so do the buildings don't spawn once zoned, you do it manually now? You could zone space and buildings will get constructed and upgraded, but there are some buildings that you do place, like hospitals and fire departments and stuff. It's a mix of both. Alright, good, our population's recovering, that's nice. Yeah, we gotta fill in this area. So let's get cracking. We'll build a, I guess we'll build a bridge over to the other side here, too. Bigger farms and more farm activity. Yep, I agree with that. Wait. Also, these filtering options are so good. This should have been updates years ago. But at least we got it now. Here, you can see it's off a little bit. Oh well. It's almost like it's a real city. It's not perfect. It's like it's a real city. I have so many mods downloaded, I don't know if vanilla would be playable for me again. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. There's some mods that just kind of made some fixes that the devs should have even made. for this game. Definitely for this game. For the vanilla game. Bum 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 bum. Happy birthday. Why, thank you, Sai. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm excited. That bridge is a little low. I guess I lifted this bridge up a little bit because of the keys that are there. After seeing the trailer, do you think City Skylines 2 will be more like this version or closer to the trailer? The trailer was really impressive. Well, you know what's interesting is that there is the... somebody made a video that was comparing the City Skylines 2 cinematic trailer to the City Skylines gameplay trailer. Like, the first look that we got at City Skylines was gameplay. Like, it was actually somebody building a city and, like, putting things down and showing how all the traffic and stuff worked. And that was mind-blowingly impressive. But we haven't really seen any of the gameplay for City Skylines 2 yet. Not anything official from the developers that they've made into a gameplay trailer. They didn't have money for an expensive trailer back then. Yeah, they didn't really need it because the proof was in the pudding on that one. Because City Skylines 2 was so damn mind-blowing. I think people nearly died. Like, when we saw that we could build, like, curved roads that could then be freely laid out and be built into, like, a beautiful... like a really nicely thought out highway, and then that could be built into, like, a beautiful residential area. It's crazy. You've never seen the original trailer? Yeah, if you go back and watch that original trailer for City Skylines, man, it's pretty impressive. It does a good job of still showing what made this game special. And really what is the new standard for modern city builders. I don't think every city builder needs to be like City Skylines with all these options to do stuff with traffic and whatnot, but I feel like the term city builder, or really the genre of it, is like constantly changing and growing now. Like, I don't think it means the traditional, like, build a road, a power plant, and, like, you know, give people jobs and stuff like that. Put biodomes in the roundabout. I like that idea. Oof, I don't like that either. You heard they hired a lot of modders to work on City Skylines 2? Good. I hope that's true. I hope the developers have put in a crazy amount of money in developing... I don't want a City Skylines 1.5. I do want... You know what I want, really, is I want to see gameplay and be like, oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like what they're doing there. And then for me to be like, whoa, that's actually really cool. Like, I want to be hesitant about something, be like, yeah, I don't know if that's going to work. And then it actually works, and it's amazing. Like, I really want something like that to happen. I want to have my doubts and then be like, nope, that was the right choice. Like, I hope we don't get Sims 4 in City Skylines 2. Like, I don't want a DLC delivery system. Ooh, that's much nicer. I like that a little bit better. That's just placeholder anyway. Not even going to be using that bridge at all for a long time. Being able to plan before building would be a nice feature as well. I agree with that, and I would like to see, again, I want to be able to see my city workforce going to work building the roads and construction equipment building buildings. You know, if you're building a new district, it'd be really cool to see all the vehicles and stuff come out that are used to build that stuff. And to actually have that impact the roads, you know. Like if they're doing some heavy construction in an area, there's got to be heavy construction traffic, and that will temporarily increase the traffic to an area for a while. Because you have more people going to that area to build, but then also you have maybe roads shut down to, like, you know, to give way to those construction workers. They might have to take a lane of traffic to store all their equipment or something while they're doing maintenance, so then that strangles the city even more. Like, it's amazing how much construction and also road maintenance affects traffic too. Like, we never see any of our roads have any sort of a maintenance done to them. You know, we never see the roads department really coming out and doing any sort of fixing or repaving or. And that'd be really good with the seasonal system as well. If we're going to get seasons, I want to see how that's going to actually progress in the game. It'd be cool to see, you know, farming actually take place seasonal-wise, so that way they make money, of course, during the harvest season. Damn. Hey, what's up, Seth? You're truly a great gamer and an amazing content creator. May your birthday bring you more success. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And thanks for all the birthday wishes, chat. Thanks to everybody who became members so far today. Thank you very much for subscribing and hanging out. Thanks for smashing the like. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Thanks for being here. Hope you're all enjoying your week so far. Getting closer to the weekend, folks. And that's one weekend closer to City Skylines 2. I'm excited. You know, I'm also wondering, like, what are they going to do for the first... We're going to get City Skylines DLC, I bet you, within the first year. I wonder what it'll be. I bet you they've got to do something that really expands upon what players really want to see more of. And I feel like that's going to be something to do with either... it's got to have something to do with either mass transit or... Because it can't be like cosmetic or surface level. It's got to be something deep that really has a lot of gameplay impact to it. DLC will be skins, yeah. Yeah, it'll be new buses and stuff. I do appreciate in this game how the devs have made it so that way, like, you know, these different tram cars, like, these can actually be different tram cars. So, like, you know, we chose one that can hold 140 people. That's a lot of people. But you could choose car, if you have a smaller city, you might not need to have 140 people on each tram. You might just want 80 or 70 or to change them that way. Oh, what? They're remaking Riven. I'm excited to watch you play. Oh, is there like an official trailer or something? I would love to play that. We played through the remake of Myst. Oh, hell, I'm playing Riven. We're playing through Riven for sure. Hell yeah, brother. That's a guarantee. If they're remaking Riven, I'm playing it. Already locked in. Locked in and confirmed. Riven, if you don't know, was the sequel to Myst, and it's crazy cool. Let's do a tram that has a little less capacity. Let's try... New member, welcome! Well, there's the 105 here. Let's try the 105. I don't think that'll make a difference, but... I don't think there's any difference, by the way, to trams for their operational cost. But it would be cool in City Skylines 2 if there was much more detail in that, where you could really break down the budget and be like, hey, this tram costs a lot of money and holds a lot of people, but the maintenance costs on it are much lower. Or, hey, this one's cheaper but has a lot more maintenance. Or, hey, this one's older, this tram is older, so there's much more maintenance cost, but it's very popular amongst tourists, and it's part of your tourism industry. Like, that'd be cool. Imagine during construction you can switch to ground level and actually build. Oh, yeah. How do you plan your city? I face issues with traffic and many other issues. Oh, yeah, yeah. I always have traffic issues in my cities. Mostly what I do is I just kind of keep building, and I keep putting off mass transit. I don't really build mass transit as the city grows. I just build the city and then put mass transit in it afterwards. It's kind of like an afterthought. It kind of just works out for me, though. And I think that's a good thing with this game, too, is that mass transit can be added at, like, any time. So a good thing is if you built a city long ago and you recently got the mass transit's DLCs or something, then you can always go back and redo the city. There's always room in City Skylines to go back and fix and improve. Oh, oops. Yeah, Neptune, we do that. We do that sometimes if people drop super chats or become members. We can name bridges and districts and stuff after people. Kind of fun that way then. Chat's helping to build sometimes. It's a sponsored city. This city is sponsored by viewers like you. Thank you. I guess we'll build a little business center here. Ooh. Oh, you know what I really want in the sequel would be stairs. If I could build a little stairway, you know, like if I could build a path that goes over here and then build like a little stairway that goes back and forth down this cliff to get down to this little, I guess just kind of like a walkway or whatever along the river. But yeah, it'd be nice to have more pedestrian options. When they gave us bikes and like sidewalks that we could place freely, mind blown. Yeah, because and then you get this kind of like bumpy, weird stuff going on. I hope in the next game they make that a lot smoother. You know, like just placing stuff on bumpy ground where it just kind of auto smooths. No mods, just, you know, new game, better game, just by default. Yeah, see, this would look nice with like a little stairwell there. First of all, happy birthday. Second, more versatile pedestrians and be able to build small non-car alleys where you can put buildings. Yes. Yeah, and more things that you could put like smaller buildings in, like little kiosks and things like that. You know, commercial space for a guy to sell hot dogs or a newspaper stand or whatever, you know. I want it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hot dog stands. Is this Fortnite? Yes. I think I'm actually going to do... yeah, like that. That's why the Move It mod's nice. You can try to fix some of the City Skyline shenanigans. YouTube knows Raptors audience. You got an Arby's commercial? Oh, yeah. That's probably from me just saying it all the time in the chat. Yeah, I wish EA would bring back SimCity, but EA's not in the business of making games. They're in the business of making money. They just happen to do the game thing on the side. It's a part-time thing. The DLC, they just make microtransactions and DLCs. So does Paradox, but, you know, it's a little different. Somebody once said that Paradox adds to a game, and then EA kind of just like holds the main parts hostage. But I did love that the SimCity DLC, Cities of Tomorrow. I thought that was great. I thought it was unique and well done, and gave you the option to build the futuristic city whenever you wanted, and not that you had to choose to be one or the other, or you could be both. You could have a futuristic city, but it didn't have to be like a full futuristic city. You could just do like a futuristic district. And that's a little better, than I could smooth this out. I also really like it in City Skylines when you get focused on a very small project. Like when you're literally just dealing with, well, like we are here, just a small sidewalk. Because then when you zoom out, you know, you kind of focus on that area you just built on, and you just notice how much better it looks. Can't move it. Yeah, being able to move stuff should be a base feature in the game, yeah. I mean, you know, we have the Move It mod, and then there's also the ability to move things in the game, too, like relocate. But more integration. This is a mod that includes a game. Bum, bum, bum. Ah, that's good. Let's add some more trees. For the new game, I really would like to, if we don't have to do any of that tile stuff, or if we do, I want to build within one tile and just see. I really want to see density and complexity without having to do too much. Being able to see a city that is, you know, 1 million population with a very small layout would be crazy. 'Cause there are cities like that. This is good. Now give me more. This is also why I like building a lot in Parkitect and Planet Coaster and stuff too, is that some of the skills of building in those amusement park builders go towards building public spaces in a game like this, where you're building like plazas and promenades, or the stadium DLC, of course, because there's going to be a... You got your stadium, and then there should be a lot of areas around that stadium to support it. Or to, you know, get additional business. Like the sports bar that's like down the street from the stadium could get lots of customers during a game, after a game, days before a game, people getting together to chat about the game, you know. The big game. Not the Super Bowl, but the big game. Yeah, Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, yeah. I want to be able to build those like that inside of this game, too. I feel like our systems now and people's understanding and knowledge of games like this is so vast now that we really could approach it to where you don't really have to hold back as much. Have we got natural disasters turned on? I think so. At least fires and things take place. Alright, now we gotta build something new. Another fence. Because there's kind of a steep area here. Oh, another thing is the new game needs retaining walls. No mods. We need to have roads that can be next to a almost 90-degree drop. So that way you could, you could put a road up here and then like a cliff and then a business behind that with a street below. It shouldn't be that, shouldn't be that hard. But as I mentioned too, roundabouts, bridges, retaining walls, a lot of things to the city layout that you wouldn't think of. A city's layout is determined by its landscape. And you can have the most crazy complex landscaping in the world and retaining walls and bridges and tunnels, but you got to have some flat land and a way to get to that land. I like that. Look at those pedestrians move, I know. Give me a different tree. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we got the barriers on. I'm thinking of like Japanese cherry blossoms while I'm putting this down. Now, I wonder, with the new game having something to do with seasons, I wonder how quickly the time will progress in the game. I hope it's a lot slower. Because just to see, like, winter come and go in a blink of an eye, and years pass within moments. Oh my god, it's clipping through unplayable. Ah, there we go. There's no speed adjustment. Well, right now we're playing on slow speed. This is just like the normal speed, and things are going pretty fast. But I wonder in the new game how fast that will be. Like, what will that feel like? You can probably set how long seasons are. Oh, that would be great. Options to set how long seasons are. I'd love that. What's up, Brutus Soup? You know what would be really hard in this game, in City Skylines 2, or even in this game, is to make... It is very difficult, I think, to make small towns. Because a lot of things in this game are trying to scream at you to become like New York City. Or to become like a million population. But I feel like you could make a really nice looking small town that was like... you know, 100,000 people college town, you know? 100,000 is a lot of people. But if you had, like, you know, a quiet town and a university and then, you know, like kind of a, maybe another larger city nearby, and you kind of didn't create a city, but you kind of created multiple cities that kind of work together. Or that were, you know, on the same map and shared a lot of the same services, but were different cities. You know, it's like City A has a police department, City B has like a fire department or a university. I think that worked together well. But it's hard to do without a million mods. Yeah, make a city that has like a big old truck stop or something. You know, it's on a major highway, but it's not like a big city. You know, not like New York City level. It always seems like you're kind of being encouraged into that direction. Especially because the game does want you to unlock higher populations for new buildings. And I wonder how that'll be in this new game. And it does make sense that, yeah, a city with like 5,000 people in it shouldn't have a hospital that could house the entire population. You know, like a city with 5,000 isn't going to need a hospital with 5,000 beds. Could be a regional hospital. That's true. Now, see, that would be interesting. Building kind of a college town that has a huge hospital and a university where a lot of people will come to, but the town itself doesn't really do... It's a quiet town. You have people coming in all the time, but not anybody really... Not there for tourism, and they're not there for anything but to, like, work and go to the hospital that's nearby. Yeah. Well, that looks nice. Cool, so people can, like... So now they can walk from here, under the train bridge, to this side. So that there is a way to get to the other side of the train. I wonder if I should do a pedestrian bridge across there. Although the problem is the train depot is kind of on a hill. But I guess it would just be encouraged that if you live here, if this were a house and you work there, you would just go down that way. That'd be really cool. Separate but connected communities. Yeah, yeah. I want to be able to see a region. Yeah, I find that so much more fascinating to build a bunch of small towns that are connected on a regional level. And that almost is like, that's like closer to playing Transport Fever 2, but on a larger scale. Well, maybe a smaller scale, but with a smaller size scale, but a larger amount of opportunities. A lot of different things that you can do outside of that game. Where's the... Wait, I want to build a... Wait, where are those? Oh, here. No, I want to build the... Oh, I think it's this one. Yeah, the simple seawall, that's it. I almost want something that's more like The Sims, really, in terms of its detail and being able to, instead of just hit high populations and build beautiful cities. But they got to make a game that, like, the most players have enjoyed and want more of. How do I make it go the other way? Yeah. We'll do this. Ah. See, the game also needs to allow for clipping. City Skylines 2, I'd love it if it allowed you to do this. Like, there are paths that, you know, go around beams and piers and things like that, or pillars. Give me that. Oh, there we go. I feel like natural waterfronts are undervalued. Seems weird to be building giant seawalls on nice beaches. Yeah, I see a lot of people doing that too. Ooh, now see, that's a thing. Being able to have a very nice, very large white sandy beach and then being able to build hotels and then have the people, because in this game they always stick to the roads or the paths that you build, but it would be nice if they, you know, like if this were a big old white sandy beach and we had a hotel here, it'd be cool if people could like find their way down to the beach and go swimming and set up towels and stuff within proximity of the hotel. It'd be really cool. No. There we go. That's perfect. That's just what I wanted. Damn, that turned out good. I think we're going to have to build a seawall down here. There's going to be a lot of people. Make an ultra river walk. Well, we certainly do have quite a few river connections here. I made it look as good as I could. I like it. We'll do residential here because there are quite a few parks here. Also, being able to more freely build parks in small spaces would be great. Like, rather than just planting some trees and being like, that's a park. Like that, you know, if you take a little area that has some pathways along it, plant some trees, I think that should raise desirability, because though it's not an official park, it's still a nice way to get, it's actually beneficial to the community because people could just, you know, walk through a nice little park on their way to work or something, and A, they don't have to drive their car, B, it's kind of nice and you can go there and I don't know, hang out or what. It's a park, right? You know, it's not going to be turned into a business or anything, just a nice little park. It's nice, Smiley. You know, chat, I like what we're having here today. I like the dialogue that we're having for the new. We're talking about the old game. We're playing the old game, but we're talking about the new game, and this will also allow us to kind of directly compare the two. And I feel like a lot of people, a lot of people are going to be playing. A lot of people are going to be playing this game before the second game comes out. Like, if they've played it a lot, they're going to play it even more. If they haven't played it before, it's now at a price point and on sale where a lot of people will play it. And I really, honestly, want to, like, play The Sims or something like that before Life by You comes out. Maybe we'll play The Sims today and just talk all about Life by You and Paralives and just get excited about something finally becoming a competitor to The Sims. The Sims is good and all, but EA has just had too much time to squeeze every penny out of everybody's pockets to just like say, "Oh, hey, we added winter now." Like, I don't know why. I don't know why that was a thing in the early 2000s, like, or not early 2000s, but the 2010s, like 2013 to like 2020. All these developers made games where like seasons became a DLC. When it should just be like a default thing. Is there any roadmap for City Skylines 2 yet? Well, there's no release date, and there's not really a roadmap that I've seen. Yeah, the point of the game is to define your own roadmap, yeah. Let's make a... This is where the retaining walls would come in nicely. Yeah, I feel like City Skylines 2 could also become multiplayer just magically at one point. And or just magically be confirmed. Like, I think it won't be. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they're just like, hey, also multiplayer. But I think we need to have a big event. They need to have a big announcement. I mean, you know, they've already got their announcement. They already confirmed it. But I mean, like, you know, now that you confirm the game, now start confirming, like, features. And, like, talk, you know, show gameplay and talk about the game. And I hope they do that sometime in, like, May. When the end of the... Because I really, at this point, I don't think they could ever do another stream of, like, City Skylines and talk about the upcoming DLCs that are out this month and in May without just nobody caring about it and just being like, yeah. City Skylines 2, I got questions, you know. Totally agree. If it's a game going to emulate real life, should also emulate nature. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would love for the terraforming to also be done by construction equipment. Like, if you're going to build an island somewhere to build an airport, it shouldn't just be like, man, it'd be cool if you could do a blueprint, and then for, like, an entire year, you just see, like, ships come in and, like, deliver soil and stuff. I mean, that would go more for the infrastructure. It's like, yeah, that stuff doesn't magically just grow. Like, you don't throw fertilizer into the ground and the ground grows. Like, it's got to be moved. And that would give so much more power to you in your planning. Both budget-wise and time-wise. What if we should just do another big park down here? Now it looks like it's curved more, but it's going down. That's cool. It's going down. Nah, I feel like we need a road down here. I want to build something down here. Well, you know what we could do? Massive parking lots. Oh, yeah. That's another good point, though, is that now that we have the parking lots in the update, with the parking lots, we can just, you know, fill in some of the space with a realistic parking lot. Rather than it just all having to be park, we can make it a parking lot. And then that means you don't have to have like a road going through there for parking. You just have it connect nearby. And that makes it seem like a popular place. Like people want to go to the park. Know what I mean? Love the new parking lot stuff, though. Will I be able to pave Paradise? Yeah, I'm going to pave Paradise and put up a parking lot, I think. That's what I'd like to do. There we go. This I also feel makes the plazas and promenades feel more realistic too, because then you could have lots of parking nearby where people will want to get out of their car and go. You want to have like equal parts mass transit and parking. Not equal, but this just looks believable. Like it could be a, you know, if you put these parking lots outside of a city park, it seems like, you know, somebody from across town who can't take the bus or whatever, or is bringing their dog or something, can go there to play with their dog out of the park. Oh, and also, I think, you know what, actually, I'm going to put the ferry down here. We'll build a ferry station down here. Let's see what we got. We got a ferry depot, ferry stop, ferry pier, ferry bus exchange, ferry tram hub. Now that's the new one, the ferry tram hub. That's the new one. And since we have a tram nearby, I think we'll extend it to go down here. Perfect. That's cool. So now we can have another tram, or a yeah, we could build a bus to ferry depot here, and then the buses could take people to this part of the town, because we have a bus running up here and we have a tram down here. So the fact that the trams can now connect to a ferry depot is pretty cool. Yeah, and there's parking right nearby, and we can just turn it into a park. So now we have a beautiful, you know, lake slash, I don't know, oceanside park. Did I add the birthday plaza? Not yet. But Thursday is my birthday. Tomorrow. So yay. Alright, so we'll just connect this up real quick, and we'll connect the tram later or whatever. It's gonna look a little rough, but we'll fix it with the Move It mod. Okay. Alright, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. I promise. What I think we'll do is we could move this parking lot over here. Actually, that probably isn't a bad idea. Yep. Let's actually put this down here a little bit. Oof. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. Simmer down there, child. Whew. That's what vanilla gets you. Okay. That's better. And then we'll just have a loop for the tram. Oh, this will be cool. The tram can actually go into the thing. What has been announced about City Skylines 2? Well, it's confirmed that it's coming, and we're kind of just speculating and chatting about all the things we want to see for it. And, you know, like we're kind of doing a direct comparison of 1 now versus what our expectations are for 2. And I don't think our expectations will meet the hype, but I think it'll be a different type of... I think the developers will have some things for City Skylines 2. You have some wants and things that you want to see in City Skylines 2. We all do. But then, when the second game comes out, it'll be a little different than that. But still, it'll be like, whoa, dude. There'll be some things to blow your mind. I'm pretty sure. Or there better be. All right, let's do a tram. So we're going to do a tram line here. Just the tracks, yeah. And then we'll just have it kind of go through the park a little bit. I'm actually kind of fine with that shape, honestly. And then now people can walk, you know, from the... If you wanted to, you could walk from the train station down to the... you know, go along the shore and then walk to the ferry depot, or just take the tram, which now we've connected. So now all we have to do is just create a line, so we can just add another stop and just tell it to come down here. And this is fine. You think City Skylines 2 will be set in a fantasy universe? You could be right. Alright, well, the next order of business is to make this look all nice and prettify it a little bit, but let's just add some trees. Just a few. And we'll add more later. But cool, so now we have like a park slash tram depot slash ferry depot or station. And it's kind of like a nice little unintentional park. And then we'll build like a large downtown district there. So downtown time. Yeah. Alright, now let me check something here. Cool. Alright. Now, I know that we all like city builders because we're all here, obviously, playing City Skylines, talking about City Skylines 2. But one of the more popular survival city builders on the channel just got a big O DLC. And it's made by Paradox as well, and you may have seen it at the Paradox event a couple of weeks ago. Surviving the Aftermath has a new DLC known as Rebirth that came out just a few days ago, and you guys were asking me to play it. So we're going to go live now and check out the new DLC for Surviving the Aftermath. It's got its 3rd new DLC since its release. So we're going to take a look at that now, and I'll join you all in a little bit for more big ambitions on the channel, the open world business simulator. And then, I think, tonight we're going to play a little bit of The Sims 4 and use the Sims 4 stream to talk about Life by You, because this is a great year for building games, both in cities and in like house community buildings, you know, like simulators. And I think The Sims slash Paralive slash Life by You goes together well with City Skylines and City Skylines 2. Like, those are really fun building games. So thank you to all you guys smashing that like button, and thank you very much for all the support. Thank you very much for becoming members. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thanks for leaving a like. Spam that like button too, and let's get up to the big O 500. And join me live as we now go to our new video. We'll come back to this city soon. This was mostly just to discuss City Skylines 2 and also to kind of take a look at the new stuff that came out free today for the free update. And we'll take a look at the 2 new DLCs, actually 3 new DLCs, the shopping mall, Africa Miniature, and the stadiums and stuff a little bit later. But before City Skylines 2 comes out, we will launch that rocket out here on Space Island. So, let's go over to the new video, and I'll see you guys there. Let's go!